their time scheming and mentoring. The Hayes High Indians players and coaching staff find their program in a primetime situation this Friday night. From Lewis Field Stadium on the campus of Fort Hays State University, welcome to Hayes High football. Along with Vivian and Jeff at the KFIX studio, Jordan Schaefer for Hayes Post Video, I'm Dustin Armbruster. True competitors want the tough games. They want to play in the games that mean something, or everything. For a second week in a row, Hayes gets that opportunity. This week means even more following last week's loss. The 2020 season has been a roller coaster for everybody across the state. Was there going to be a season? What would it look like? How many games would be played? Yet still, 8 weeks later, there is football. There is still high-stakes situations to be played out. Tonight, Hayes High gets their try to take a hand at the table. Time to take a break on the Hertz Rent-A-Car pregame show. This is Hayes High Indian football on the Hayes High Sports Network, powered by Herman Physical Therapy.
M&D Excavating, Incorporated, serving the Hayes area since 1979. Jeter Law Firm, proud to support student-athletes, partners you can rely on. Shelter Insurance, Dustin Shoemaker. Compare your coverage today at CompareMyCoverage.com. Discount Siding, new siding, energy-efficient windows and doors, vinyl fencing, and other exterior home products. Improve the beauty and energy efficiency of your home. Click on DiscountSiding.net. Paul Wurtenberger Construction, building Northwest Kansas dreams since 1983. State Glass Company, locally owned and operated since 1948. 5th and Main, downtown Hayes. Adams, Brown, Barron, and Ball, your trusted advisors providing you with commitment, experience, and integrity. Gibbs Auto Supply, over 200,000 parts and accessories and great staff to take care of you in Hayes and La Crosse.
Welcome back to Lewis Field Stadium, the Hayes High Indians and the Kapaun Crusaders this evening, week 8 of the high school football season, and for both of these teams, game number 7. Hayes High is coming off their first loss of the year, so for the first time this year, we get to see how the Indians react to a negative end-of-game situation. Hayes allowed 21 unanswered points in the first half against Maize South after taking a 7-0 lead last week. The Indians shut out the Mavericks in the second half, a team that averages 44 points per game. Hayes scored with just over 2 minutes remaining and went for 2 and the potential win. The Indians, however, came up short and never got the ball back, falling 21-20. Hayes was their own worst enemy at times with empty red zone visits, 2 of them that were thwarted by their own penalties. Hayes High received some good news this week. The school board decided Monday to reduce the quarantine requirement from 14 days to 7, meaning the return of Bill Scott, Jordan Dale, and Dylan Dreiling from the quarantine list and to the team. Ashton Thomas continues to improve and started practicing this week to bolster the offensive line. Hayes High is 5-1 on the year, and this is a huge 5A West showdown with Kapaun, and that is where we start tonight's opponent breakdown. The Kapaun Mt Carmel Crusaders are led by their first-year head coach Weston Schartz. He may be in his first year at Kapaun, but this is his 27th year in the City League as a head coach and 37th year in the league as a coach overall. Twice leading Wichita West, sandwiched around 10 years at Wichita Northwest. Schartz picked up win number 200 in his career early this season. He is just the 5th head coach in the school's history. Coach Schartz has matched wits with the Indians before. Hayes and Wichita West played a 2-game series in 1993 and 1994. The Crusaders are 5-1 on the year, dominating victories over Dodge City 42-0 to open the year, Emporia 56-13, Pittsburgh 49-0, and Garden City 56-0. Their lone loss was in Week 2, a 31-28 setback against Bishop Carroll. Their 5th win of the year was last week. It was a forfeit from Liberal. Like many teams, Kapaun had to scramble to find opponents after the City League public schools closed themselves from non-league football games. The new schedule had Kapaun playing each and every one of the WAC schools. However, they had to cancel their game in Great Bend due to a positive COVID test in the Kapaun program. And then, as we mentioned, Liberal forfeited last week's game. This game between Hayes and Kapaun was not on the original schedule. The Indians were supposed to play Wichita Northwest on the original itinerary, which would have been still a huge 5A West showdown. Kapaun is averaging 400 yards per game. They are a run-heavy offense that features a highly efficient pass game when they go to it. There isn't too much razzle-dazzle with this Crusaders team. Power running out of the eye mixed with a bit of option, and then play action with just a little shotgun passing. The defense for Kapaun yields very few big plays. They do an excellent job of keeping the ball in front of them. Hayes will likely see Kapaun's 5-man front, but it's different from a traditional 5-down lineman set. There are 2 defensive tackles and a nose guard. The defensive ends are actually listed as starting outside linebackers that spend most of their time starting a play from a standing position where the defensive end would normally be. This is the 4th all-time game between Hayes and Kapaun. The Crusaders lead the series 2-1. This will be the first game between the two that is not an elimination contest. The two last met in Wichita at Cessna Stadium in Week 9 in 2018, a game won by Kapaun 48-28 that Hayes at one time did have a lead in. Hayes would lose the two met in the playoffs twice before. 1993, a game won by a Larry Mills-led Indians team, 27-20. Hayes would lose the next week here at Lewis Field Stadium to Liberal in the playoffs. The other meeting was in 1984 in the second round of the playoffs. Tom Cross was the coach when Hayes beat Bishop Carroll by a single point in the opening round, then lost 13-6 to Kapaun. The 4th game of this series will tie it with other opponents like Manhattan, Marysville, Oberlin, which Hayes last played in 1979 and is a 2-2 series tie, and Stockton. Those two teams last met up in 1941. Hayes High holds a 3-1 series lead and has a current 3-game winning streak. It breaks a tie of 3 games played with 6 other schools, among them Bunker Hill, who Hayes last played in 1929. By the way, Bunker Hill still holds a 2-1 advantage in the series. That's the opponent breakdown for tonight of Kapaun Mount Carmel. The opponent breakdown was brought to you by Eagle Radio's Digital Marketing. Is your business ready to advertise on Facebook, Google, and other popular places online, but you don't know where to start? Contact Eagle Radio 301-2211. We'll take a look around the Western Athletic Conference and the west half of 5A following this break on the Hayes High Sports Network, powered by Herman Physical Therapy.
M&D Excavating, Incorporated, serving the Hayes area since 1979. Jeter Law Firm, proud to support student-athletes, partners you can rely on. Shelter Insurance, Dustin Shoemaker. Compare your coverage today at CompareMyCoverage.com. Discount Siding, new siding, energy-efficient windows and doors, vinyl fencing, and other exterior home products. Improve the beauty and energy efficiency of your home. Click on DiscountSiding.net. Paul Wurtenberger Construction, building Northwest Kansas dreams since 1983. State Glass Company, locally owned and operated since 1948. 5th and Main, downtown Hayes. Adams, Brown, Barron & Ball, your trusted advisors providing you with commitment, experience, and integrity. Gibbs Auto Supply, over 200,000 parts and accessories and great staff to take care of you in Hayes and La Crosse. Get a great deal on internet, video, voice, and business services from the technology experts, Nextech. When it hails, when it pours, one thing's for sure, Roof Masters is who you're looking for. Bigger vehicle for a family trip or a car that gets excellent gas mileage for the next business trip? Book with Hertz Rent-A-Car on 8th Street in Hayes. Add Aflac Insurance to your company's benefit package at no cost to you. Call Sean Schwartz with Aflac Insurance.
This is the Hertz Rent-A-Car pregame show.
Let's get the thoughts of the coach. This chat with the coach is brought to you by Shelter Insurance agent Dustin Shoemaker in the Northridge Plaza and online at CompareMyCoverage.com.
Back at Lewis Field Stadium, the 2-5 on the year with a loss to Goddard Eisenhower last week. The Red Demons will finish the regular season on the road at Ulysses. The Tigers are 3-4 on the year, playing their 3rd WAC opponent of the season. They beat Liberal to start a 3-game winning streak and then had that streak ended last week at Garden City. Garden City is 2-5 after that 38-8 win over Ulysses. The Buffaloes take on Great Bend in what is the final Western Athletic Conference game to be played this season. Great Bend is 0-5 after canceling their game with Goddard Eisenhower, who then Dodge City played due to a positive case on the football team. Liberal has an open date in their schedule this week after forfeiting to Kapaun last week. The Redskins finish 2-5 on the regular season. Hayes High is the Western Athletic Conference champs for the first time since 2014. Dodge City and Liberal each 2-2. Garden City is 1-2 heading into their matchup with Great Bend, who's 0-3 in the conference. There are 9 teams in the west half of 5A that still have a shot to host a home game in week number 9, and actually a 10th and 11th team that aren't actually eliminated from hosting a home game. Now, it's far-fetched, but team number 10 and 11 in the rankings in the west half of 5A still could get a home game in the week 9 portion of the season. West half of 5A has 2 undefeated teams left after Hayes lost last week. The standings have a lot to still be decided this evening, with the current 1 seed taking on the current 4 seed and the current 5 seed taking on the current 6. That is Mays at Hutchinson in the 1 versus 4 matchup, and 5 and 6 is Kapaun and Hayes. The current 2 seed, Wichita Northwest, is 5-0. They take on Wichita South, who is 2-3, but have only scored 8 points in the last 3 games. Goddard is the current 3 seed, and they have a tough test tonight as the 6-1 Lions are at the 4-3 Andover Trojans, the current 10 seed in the west half of 5A. It would take some other games to go the Trojans' way, but Andover and Valley Center, the 10 and 11 seed, could still end up with a home game after tonight is finished. Mays South and Bishop Carroll are the 7 and 8 seeds at the moment. Mays South is at 3-2 Derby, while Bishop Carroll is home versus 4-2 St. Thomas Aquinas. That game got an early start. They are in the second quarter, and Bishop Carroll has a 14-7 lead over St. Thomas Aquinas. The losses for Aquinas this year have come in back-to-back weeks against number 1 in 6A Lawrence and number 1 in Nebraska, Omaha West Side. Wichita Heights is the 9 seed heading into this evening at 3-2. They still could get a home game as they are at 1-4 Wichita Southeast. To show you how flimsy 2020 can be, how quickly a game can be snatched away, it has just been announced 30 minutes ago that due to possible COVID exposure, the football game between Mill Valley and Shawnee Mission North will not be played tonight. That was announced 35 minutes ago. We'll take a break on the Hertz Rent-A-Car pregame show. When we come back, we'll talk with Coach Tony Crow, get his thoughts on tonight's Hayes versus Kapaun matchup. That's on the way on the Hertz Rent-A-Car pregame show on the Hayes High Sports Network, powered by Herman Physical Therapy.
M&D Excavating, Incorporated, serving the Hayes area since 1979. Jeter Law Firm, proud to support student-athletes, partners you can rely on. Shelter Insurance, Dustin Shoemaker. Compare your coverage today at CompareMyCoverage.com. Discount Siding, new siding, energy-efficient windows and doors, vinyl fencing, and other exterior home products. Improve the beauty and energy efficiency of your home. Click on DiscountSiding.net. Paul Wurtenberger Construction, building Northwest Kansas dreams since 1983. State Glass Company, locally owned and operated since 1948. 5th and Main, downtown Hayes. Adams, Brown, Barron, and Ball, your trusted advisors providing you with commitment, experience, and integrity. Gibbs Auto Supply, over 200,000 parts and accessories and great staff to take care of you in Hayes and La Crosse. Get a great deal on internet, video, voice, and business services from the technology experts, Nextech. When it hails, when it pours, one thing's for sure. Roof Masters is who you're looking for. Bigger vehicle for a family trip or a car that gets excellent gas mileage for the next business trip? Book with Hertz Rent-A-Car on 8th Street in Hayes. Add Aflac Insurance to your company's benefit package at no cost to you. Call Sean Schwartz with Aflac Insurance.
This is the Hertz Rent-A-Car pregame show.
Let's get the thoughts of the coach. This chat with the coach is brought to you by Shelter Insurance agent Dustin Shoemaker in the Northridge Plaza and online at CompareMyCoverage.com.
Back at Lewis Field Stadium, the Hayes High Indians taking on the Kapaun Crusaders, final regular season game of the year. We're joined by Coach Tony Crow. Coach, it's every coach and every player's dream to play in games that matter at the end of the year. That is the case tonight. This is a big-time 5A West showdown. Yeah,
this is what we talked about all year, is getting to the point where these two games at the end of the year really mattered. They have. And last week, we saw a big-time game against a big-time opponent, and we're really excited to get another one this week.
Your team is coming off a loss for the first time, albeit a 21-20 grinder of a game loss. How was the reaction from your team coming into this week?
We think good. I mean, heck, it's been a weird week. We went to the sub-varsity, went to Kapaun on Tuesday, which is always weird because they normally go on Monday, and we're playing the sub-varsity's playing the opponent before we play the Friday night, so all that's a little bit weird. And we didn't know if we were going to get all of our kids back until Tuesday, and so everything's been a little weird. We've been shorthanded at practice with some things, trying to be careful with some possible quarantine situations. So I don't know if the kids. I mean, we think that we see a little bit of hunger in their eyes, and we're hoping that they're looking to come off that loss and get a W.
On the good news front, on the offensive side, you got your quarterback and running back onto the team, and maybe about as healthy on the offensive side as you've been all year long.
Yeah, all three quarterbacks are here, which is nice. And we haven't since game one, and we were still trying to find our identity and what we wanted to do. But since we made the switch to Jordan at quarterback, which we found was really our best recipe, we haven't had all of our offensive weapons. And so tonight we will have them, and it's going to be fun to get them out there and see kind of what we look like offensive. We think we have an idea of what we want to do, but it's week 8, game 7, and we still don't really know because they haven't all been out there together.
On the defensive side of things, you shut down the potent Mays South offense in the second half, and good carryover into this game against a Kapaun team that, if there's a good way to describe it, they just want to line up and run it down your throat.
Yeah, I mean, just last week, seeing our defense get, for the first time this season, really with their backs to the wall, and the way that we responded and the adjustments we made, and for our defense to come out and play like that in the second half really showed the grit of this defense and why this defense is one of, if not the best defense in the state. And so, it's a completely different offense tonight. We're gonna have a team that's gonna run it right at us and down our throats all night, and we're gonna have to find a way to bow up and be a great defense against that as well. So I think that we're up for the challenge. We got some wrinkles here and there that we think we can throw at them, and that defensive group's tough, and I think they're going to do great.
One of the maybe almost bizarre things in 2020 football is that this Kapaun team really is nothing too flashy. They're not trying to trick you too much. I mean, they have some play action, they have some option, but for the most part, it is a straightforward offense.
Yeah, Coach Schartz has been doing this since, it's probably the late 80s, at least early 90s. I remember playing against his Wichita West teams when I was in high school, and the Northwest teams, and back to West. And so it's the same offense, does the same things, and is effective. It's good old school smash mouth football. And if they don't have to throw it, they won't. And they're going to keep running at you. They pack the box on defense, and they're just looking to make life real tough on you down in the trenches.
How about your offense against the Kapaun defense?
Yeah, it's gonna look a lot like Dodge City down in there. They're gonna go. It's almost an old school 5-2 front. They're gonna play their secondary kind of over the top of everything, and they'll squeeze it a little bit. But they're daring you to throw the ball. I mean, they're gonna sit there and stop the run all night and make you throw it. Which is a great plan against us because it's, we've been, rushing the ball for 250 yards a game, but haven't proved that we can be a great passing team yet. And so we think with all of our weapons back and Jordan at quarterback, we can execute well in the passing game. And we're going to have to find out tonight. And if we want to be a true contender in the playoffs, we're going to have to be able to do that.
It seems like, in talking with you, for both teams, it's strength on strength, both on the offensive side and defensive side for each team. What is tonight's X factor?
Yeah, I think there's going to be some plays in the passing game that are made on both sides. They're going to make a big difference. Who can make those plays, who can shut down those plays, and really the line of scrimmage. I mean, who can get the other team in the most loss of yardage situations, and that's really going to determine the difference. And it all comes down to special teams at some point too. So who makes plays in special teams? But I really do think it's going to be one of those low scoring 20s kind of games or teens kind of games, and the team that comes out and makes a couple big plays here and there is probably going to win.
Coach, appreciate the time. Good luck.
Thanks, Dustin.
Coach Tony Crow of the Hayes High Indians. Your chat with the coach brought to you by Dustin Shoemaker, Shelter Insurance Agent. More from Lewis Field Stadium coming up on the Hertz Rent-A-Car pregame show on the Hayes High Sports Network, powered by Herman Physical Therapy.
Midwest Energy, a customer-owned cooperative providing safe, reliable, and efficient energy services and promoting growth throughout the region. When you need something fixed fast and done right the first time, call Steel Fab. Heartland Building. When it is time to get the job done, see why so many builders rely on Heartland Building Center with a huge stock of building material. Edward Jones, providing a reasoned and disciplined approach to investing, making sense of investing. Western and Central Kansas premier roofing contractor, The Professionals, High Plains Roofing of Hayes. Teams win games. Let the biggest real estate team in Hayes find your next home. Caldwell Banker Executive Realty, the streaming partner of the Hayes High Sports Network. The green grass you want in the spring starts with spraying in the fall with Hayes K-Lawn, Kurt Maska and Kurt Viner. Hayes High School Athletic Booster Club. Proud to support the athletes of Hayes High School by providing items needed to excel on the field and court. Master Cleaners, dry cleaning, laundry, alterations, tux rentals, and much more. They have numerous pickup locations throughout Western Kansas to serve you. Eagle Communications, our community connected.
This is the Hayes High Sports Network, streaming made possible by Coldwell Banker Executive Realty. Let the biggest real estate team in Hayes find your next home.
Kapaun Crusaders in Week 8 of the high school football season. It's your Hertz Rent-A-Car pregame show, and the keys to the game. Number one, intensity. Can and will Hayes High play at the same level of intensity as they did last week, especially in the second half at May South when they were the underdogs being shorthanded? And discipline. Last week, Hayes High really hurt themselves in the red zone with penalties that wiped one scored touchdown off the board and took a series that started at the 17 and moved it back to the 32. Two penalties may have been the difference between Hayes being the current 2 seed at 6-0 and the current 6 seed at 5-1. We step aside on the Hertz Rent-A-Car pregame show. Starting lineups for the defense coming up next on the Hayes High Sports Network, powered by Herman Physical Therapy.
Midwest Energy, a customer-owned cooperative providing safe, reliable, and efficient energy services and promoting growth throughout the region. When you need something fixed fast and done right the first time, call Steel Fab. Heartland Building. When it is time to get the job done, see why so many builders rely on Heartland Building Center with a huge stock of building material. Edward Jones, providing a reasoned and disciplined approach to investing, making sense of investing. Western and Central Kansas premier roofing contractor, The Professionals, High Plains Roofing of Hayes. Teams win games. Let the biggest real estate team in Hayes find your next home. Caldwell Banker Executive Realty, the streaming partner of the Hayes High Sports Network. The green grass you want in the spring starts with spraying in the fall with Hayes K-Lawn, Kurt Maska and Kurt Viner. Hayes High School Athletic Booster Club. Proud to support the athletes of Hayes High School by providing items needed to excel on the field and court. Master Cleaners, dry cleaning, laundry, alterations, tux rentals, and much more. They have numerous pickup locations throughout Western Kansas to serve you. Eagle Communications, our community connected.
Let's get to the starting lineups on the defensive side for the Hayes High Indians and the Kapaun Crusaders. For the Hayes High Indians, a little different on defense tonight. Gavin Nutting will be at defensive end. Trey Adams likely done for the year after injuring his foot last week. He is on crutches and in a boot. And then also out tonight, Carson Spray due to illness. He will start at defensive end. Gavin Nutting will, with Gavin Hazelhorst. Tackle will be Keegan McCoy, first career start, 293-pound senior. Linebackers, Gavin Myers, Dalton Dale, both juniors, and Jaron Canick will make the start at linebacker tonight. Cornerbacks, they'll rotate between three. Two of them will make the start between Brent Orth, Dawson Von Fell, and Hunter Harris, all seniors. Bandit backers, Wyatt Crane, and Bill Scott is back. Bill Scott picking up an offer this week to play football at Ottawa. And safety Tucker Veach. For Kapaun, their defensive tackles, George Trollia, a 230-pound senior, and Braxton Powers, a 210-pound senior. Nose guard, John Paul Wren, a 217-pound junior. Linebackers, four of them, Tiger Jones, a 175-pound senior, Nathan Fury, a 170-pound sophomore, Will Doolittle, a 200-pound junior, and Jackson Powers, a 205-pound senior. Cornerback is Isaac Schmitz, a 180-pound junior, Cale Curtis, a 160-pound senior, and the safeties are Ethan Stuhlsatz, a 195-pound senior, and Brandon Burr, a 160-pound senior. Several of the Kapaun players play both ways. Will that be a factor in tonight's ball game? Final break, kickoff coming up next from Lewis Field Stadium. This has been the Hertz Rent-A-Car pregame show. Hayes hosting Kapaun coming up on the Hayes High Sports Network, powered by Herman Physical Therapy.
M&D Excavating, Incorporated, serving the Hayes area since 1979. Jeter Law Firm, proud to support student-athletes, partners you can rely on. Shelter Insurance, Dustin Shoemaker. Compare your coverage today at CompareMyCoverage.com. Discount Siding, new siding, energy-efficient windows and doors, vinyl fencing, and other exterior home products. Improve the beauty and energy efficiency of your home. Click on DiscountSiding.net. Paul Wurtenberger Construction, building Northwest Kansas dreams since 1983. State Glass Company, locally owned and operated since 1948. 5th and Main, downtown Hayes. Adams, Brown, Barron, and Ball, your trusted advisors providing you with commitment, experience, and integrity. Gibbs Auto Supply, over 200,000 parts and accessories and great staff to take care of you in Hayes and La Crosse. Get a great deal on internet, video, voice, and business services from the technology experts, Nextech. When it hails, when it pours, one thing's for sure. Roof Masters is who you're looking for. Bigger vehicle for a family trip or a car that gets excellent gas mileage for the next business trip? Book with Hertz Rent-A-Car on 8th Street in Hayes. Add Aflac Insurance to your company's benefit package at no cost to you. Call Sean Schwartz with Aflac Insurance.
Before kickoff, let's pause 10 seconds for station identification.
This is the Hayes High Sports Network, streaming made possible by Coldwell Banker Executive Realty. Let the biggest real estate team in Hayes find your next home.
Hayes High Indians will receive the ball to start the game after Kapaun won the toss and deferred. So here's the Hayes High Indian starters on offense. At tackles, Grayson Walburn and Derek Riggs. Guards, Carson Russell and Gavin Nutting. Center will be Remington Cox. On offense, the Indians will go quarterback, Jordan Dale. Two running backs, Dylan Dreiling, Roy Maroney. Wide receivers, Carson Kiefer, Jaron Kanik, and Bryce Salmons, the tight end. Kickoff, end over end, taken at the 2 by Kanik, who bobbles. Now he picks up. He'll set up a right hash return at the 10. He's at the 15, cuts back to the right side, still on his feet out to the 21-yard line. And the Hayes High Indians essentially get what would have been a touchback at the 21, and the officials blow the whistle a couple more times, but we're good to go with the Indians at the 21-yard line. Hayes High comes into the game averaging 28 points a game, scoring 165 in 6 games. Kapaun, in their 5 games, has given up 44 points. Remember, they're 5-1, but got a forfeit last week from Liberal. That ends up being plus 13 in marginal points, but doesn't count anything else. 2 running backs behind quarterback Jordan Dale. Maroney jumps to his right. Dale says something to him. Handoff goes to Maroney. He's at the 25-yard line and picks up 4 yards on first down. Hayes High, for the first time this year, has their full complement of offensive weapons, mostly healthy. Maroney's leg still bothering him just a little bit, but this is as healthy as they've been since the first possession of week number 2, albeit now with Dale at quarterback. Dreiling is the running back immediately behind Dale, and then Maroney behind Dreiling in a I formation. 5-man front. Both running backs shift to the right. It's a handoff to Kanik. He's at the 25, cuts it up the field near a first down, and the official says his knee hit at the 29-yard line. Another gain of 4. Kanik, big week last week, 202 rushing yards at that quarterback spot, on 34 carries. Second 200-yard rusher this year for Hayes High after the Indians hadn't had a 200-yard rusher since 2014. 3rd and 2 for the Hayes High Indians on the game's opening possession. Indians from the 29-yard line. Kapaun shows blitz. Both running backs to the left, and the Indians jump. Boy, that's what we talked about, was discipline. Hayes High, are they going to hurt themselves on penalties? And they make 3rd and 2, 3rd and 7. Hayes High only had 4 penalties last week, but one of them took a touchdown off the board. So Hayes High now faces 3rd and 7. Maroney will come off the field as Dalen Swartz comes on for 3 wide receivers to the left. Indians this season 38% on 3rd down, 25 of 66. Shotgun for Dale, Dreiling behind him. 3 wide receivers to the left on this 3rd down and 7 play. Swing pass to Kanik on the near side. Cuts up the field. He is swung down right on top of the first down marker. And this should be a first down for the Indians. 3rd and 7, and the officials look clear across the field to the first down marker on the Kapaun sideline. Still looking off the swing pass, and the official says what? First down, right on top of the 31-yard line. The Indians will convert. Kanik with his 14th catch of the year. And the Indians, number 7, gets 7 yards. Swartz out, and now Maroney back in. Dreiling hops to the right of quarterback Dale. Kanik comes in motion across. It's a handoff to Maroney. Cut back, gets past the first guy. Forward momentum for 2 yards to the 33-yard line. Indians with a lot of motion pre-snap, trying to get the Kapaun Crusaders either out of position or get their eyes taken off. And now Maroney on 2nd down will be a wingback off of Grayson Walburn, the left tackle. Salmons will be a tight end right side. Hayes High a little bit more deliberate getting the plays in this week compared to prior weeks. Shotgun for Dale. 5 down linemen, 8 in the box for Kapaun. It's a handoff to Dreiling. His first carry gets him across the 35, just across the 36-yard line. A gain of 3 on the play, setting up 3rd down and medium. We'll call it 3rd and 5. Indians converted on 3rd and 7. 3 minutes gone out of the first quarter. Opening drive of the game. Salmons heads to the left side as tight end. He'll be the same side as Roy Maroney. 8:50 to go in the first quarter. Opening possession. Hayes High already 1 for 1 on 3rd down. They jumped on 3rd and 2, but converted on 3rd and 7. 2 wide receivers left. Dreiling shifts that way as the running back. It's an option. No keeper by the quarterback. Dale, first down across the 40. Good lead block by Maroney and Salmons to be able to get the defensive end, Will Doolittle, out of the way. And the quarterback, Dale, takes the ball up to the 43-yard line, a gain of 7 on 3rd and 5. He is the fourth different person to touch the ball running. Maroney, Dreiling, Kanik, Dale all getting the ball. Back to that shotgun I formation. Dreiling now shifts to the left. Handoff to Maroney. Flag on the play, and this will be a loss of a yard on the play. And the penalty is a false start. So does Kapaun and longtime coach Weston Schartz in his first year at Kapaun want the penalty for 1st and 15, or does he want 2nd and 11 off the tackle for loss, and he wants to back them up on the penalty? Indians' second false start. So the ball back to the 39-yard line. Indians will have 1st and 15. They need to get to the Kapaun 47 for a first down. This drive 4 minutes old. Hayes High has not crossed midfield. They've converted on 3rd and 5 and 3rd and 7 to keep the drive going. Kapaun shows blitz. They bring the blitz. It's a handoff to Dreiling. Cut back, gets a yard, make it a 2nd yard to the 41-yard line. It is power on power tonight between the two teams. Both teams run the ball and do so very well. Both teams defend the run very well. And power on power tonight. Dalen Swartz will run from the right side of the formation on the Kapaun sideline to the Hayes High sideline for 2nd down and 13. Canick in the slot to the left. Again, Kapaun shows blitz. Hayes High has gone to the air once. It's going to be an end around to Canick. Canick's got a lane at the 45. Gets to the outside, and he gets ankle tripped by a Kapaun linebacker. Taken down at the last second by Brandon Burr, the safety, or Canick has a 1st down and maybe a touchdown. Instead, he's taken down at the 48-yard line. It's a gain of 7. And the Indians were an ankle tackle, a shoestring away from busting it for a big gain. Setting up 3rd down and 5. Again, Hayes High got a penalty on 1st down for 1st and 15. 3 wide receivers. Kiefer has one-on-one to the right side. Dale takes the shotgun snap. Pitch play to the right side for Dreiling. He'll be taken down about a yard short of the 1st down marker, and now a late flag comes in. I think Hayes High is going to pick up 15-yard penalty against them. Hayes High, somebody was blocking late. The Indians would have had 4th and a half a yard. We'll check the penalty, but the officials are talking to the Kapaun sideline. It would have been 4th and a half a yard. But we'll check it. It was 3rd down and 5. Personal foul, Hayes High. 3 penalties on this drive alone for Hayes High. And so Kapaun will back up Hayes High to redo 3rd down. So now 3rd and about 15 and a half yards. The penalty comes before the whistle blew. Oh, no, it did not. So it's 4th down. And so Dreiling gets 6 of the 7 yards he needed, but instead of 4th and a half yard and maybe going for it on Kapaun's side of the field, Hayes High has to punt. Kiefer's 24th punt of the year. Gets a good snap and gets a good foot into it. High, wobbly kick taken at the 26-yard line. It's the return man, quarterback, Andrew Jamino, taking it near the 35. Oh, he say his knee went down. The official still walking the ball up to about the 33-yard line. So Hayes High, 3 first drive penalties take almost 6 minutes off the clock. It's a 9-play drive, but Hayes High has to punt, and they come away with no points. Kapaun will play multiple quarterbacks. It is Kai Coons that gets the start. Toss left side, Hayes High there for the stop, but not before the running back. And they'll play multiple running backs. Cale Curtis, who is not listed as the starter, gets the ball across the 35 all the way up to the 38-yard line. Gain of 5 for Cale Curtis. Could see 5 different players run the ball tonight for Kapaun. Under center again is Coons. Handoff left side, and the Indians right there. Gavin nutting on the spot for the tackle. A gain of 1 at the 39-yard line. Nutting getting the start tonight at the right defensive end position, with Trey Adams likely done for the year. 3rd down and 4, just shy of the 40-yard line. Hayes High brings a blitz on the handoff to Bates, the fullback up the middle, and he's not going to get there. Needed 4, got 2. What does Kapaun do on a potential 3 and out? They're going to give him 3 yards. And what will be 4th down and 1, and Kapaun will line up to go for it. Are they trying to draw Hayes High off sides? 4-down lineman, the quarterback keeps up the middle. He'll get the 1st down. So Kapaun on 4th down bullies their way up to the 45 on a gain of 3. Quarterback Kai Coons on that one. So Hayes High looked like they maybe got the stop, but instead it ends up being a 4th down conversion. Hayes High would have had 4th and a half yard on their drive, but a 15-yard penalty made it 4th and 15. Now Coons, the quarterback, out of the shotgun. 2 wide receivers left, 1 to the right. Coons keeps himself, tries to go to the right side, cuts back, and Gavin Hazelhorse takes him down from behind. Ball came out late, but the fumble was caused by the ground in Hayes High territory at the 48-yard line. That is a gain of 7 yards on 1st down. Well, Hayes High had the ball for nearly 6 minutes. and came away with no points. They had the ball for 5 minutes and 49 seconds on 9 plays. 2nd and 3 for the Crusaders in Hayes High territory. Hayes 3 down lineman. It's a keeper by Coons. The quarterback again gets hit and dropped at the line of scrimmage. He will make his way forward for about a half a yard, but Gavin Nutting again is in the right position. It's a gain of 1 for Coons, the starting quarterback tonight, instead of Andrew Giamino. Doug Bates, the fullback, back in, 5'10", 225. He's like a road grader. Watched him on film this week. Very impressive. 3rd down and about 2. Handoff to Bates. Gets stood up, and he will not get the first down. It'll be 3rd and a yard. 4th and a yard. And you know, after converting once already, that the Crusaders are likely to go to it, and the officials, I think, are going to measure. The first down stick is on the 40. The front nose of the football is easily a football length shy of the 40. Now, maybe they're trying to see if they want to make sure they measure to get it correct at the midfield spot, but it's an odd measurement. Hayes High in their home maroons for just the 3rd time this year. Gold numbers, maroon pants, white helmet with a spear on the side. Cape in all white. Helmet, pants, and jersey, blue numbers. Uniform update brought to you by Phase 2. Big thanks to Phase 2 for providing game day apparel for our broadcast. And yes, the masks that we wear to the games and in the stadiums as well. So Capon is already 1 for 1 on 4th down. They will go for it on 4th and a half a yard from the Hayes High 45.5-yard line. 3:31 to go first quarter. Coons back under center. He was the quarterback keep the previous time for a first down. Same play. He bobbled the snap, and he'll get the first down. Needed a half yard. He gets 1 yard, and the Capon drive stays alive. It is a battle of wills tonight. Run game versus strong run defense for both teams. Hayes High passed once, but had to punt after a bad penalty. Here's a handoff. Left side, Cale Curtis is hit and dropped. No, he gets out of the tackle of Gavin Myers, and he's going to actually get a yard, maybe 2. Myers had Curtis dead to rights at the line of scrimmage. Instead, Curtis picks up 2 yards, and he'll get to the 42-yard line. You don't see a broken tackle often of the linebacker, Myers. Here's an option play. Coons gets taken down around the waist. Jaron Canick finishes off the tackle. Dalton Dale started the tackle. Ball inside the 40 to the 38-yard line on a gain of 4 by the quarterback, Kai Coons. Down to 2:20 to go in the first quarter. This is Capon's first drive of the game. 3rd down and 3. They are 0 for 2 on 3rd down, but 2 for 2 on 4th down. Hayes High brings an all-out blitz, and the Capon Crusaders run right through it, and it's a touchdown-saving tackle by Gavin Nutting at the 29-yard line. The defensive end is able to bring down the runner after a gain of 9. And the drive continues. Capon right back to the line of scrimmage at the 29. Hayes High without half of their normal starting defensive line. Keegan McCoy in getting the start tonight. It's a handoff to Bates. He fumbles the football. Hayes High has it back. Gavin Hazelhorst forced the fumble. It's recovered by Bill Scott. Turnover for the defense. They take it away for the 17th time this year. Hayes High has the football back. It was Doug Bates, the fullback, that got blown up. Forced fumble by Hazelhorst, the 3rd of the season. And Bill Scott with the fumble recovery, the 2nd of his season. And Hayes High gets the football back at their own 30-yard line. That was a 12-play drive that took 5 minutes. Hayes High with the ball. Play action pass. Dale going over the middle to Canick, and it's almost intercepted. Nearly taken away by Isaac Schmitz. And the Indians avoid a turnover of their own. 2nd and 10 at the 30. Hayes High's defense, with their 17th takeaway this year, has the Indians at plus 11 in the turnover category. 2nd and 10, Dreiling to the right side of Dale. Blitz, keeper by Dale, ducks under a tackle, gets hit, still on his feet, and somehow got back to the line of scrimmage. Well, Kapaun right now is not concerned about what Hayes High may or may not be doing. They are having their 5 at the line of scrimmage and bringing 2 more. They are bringing 7 the entire time. Linebacker Nathan Fury gets up hobbling for Kapaun, trying to shake out his left leg. Swartz, wide receiver left, 2 wide receivers to the right. On 3rd and 10 for the Indians, who are 2 for 3 on 3rd down tonight. Shotgun for Dale, sets up the screen over the middle, and it's intercepted. Taken away by Will Doolittle. He's at the 10 and taken down. Doolittle, the linebacker, read it. It is just the Indians' 3rd interception thrown of the year, but it gives the ball to Kapaun at the Hayes High 9, make that 10-yard line, and a red zone visit to start this drive for Kapaun. So the Indians get a turnover, then they give it right back on the screenplay. Will Doolittle read it. Now Jamino is the quarterback, and a flag on the play before we get started. It was thrown by the judge in the secondary of Hayes High. Illegal substitution on the Hayes High Indians. And so now this drive starts at the 5-yard line. 0-0, but the teams trade turnovers, and the Indians, with under a minute to go first quarter, come up on the negative side of it. Andrew Jamino, now the quarterback, under center, hands off to Curtis, and Canick wraps him up and drops him in the backfield for a loss of 2. Canick playing both ways tonight. 44 seconds to go in quarter number 1. After the Indians throw an interception, the drive starts at the 5 for Kapaun. Play action pass, roll out right side. The quarterback Jamino keeps. He is ankle tackled by the Hayes High Indians. Roy Maroney, who's on defense tonight, and Dalton Dale to the 6 for a gain of 1. Indians ran Jamino down quickly. 3rd and goal from the 6. Crusaders have a field goal kicker who's 27 for 27 on extra points this year, but has not attempted a field goal. And the Crusaders want to take this down to the first quarter expiration. No score. The teams trade turnovers. Kapaun knocking on the door. 3rd and goal when we come back in 1 minute on the Hayes High Sports Network, powered by Herman Physical Therapy.
M&D Excavating, Incorporated, serving the Hayes area since 1979. Jeter Law Firm, proud to support student-athletes, partners you can rely on. Shelter Insurance, Dustin Shoemaker. Compare your coverage today at CompareMyCoverage.com. Discount Siding, new siding, energy-efficient windows and doors, vinyl fencing, and other exterior home products. Improve the beauty and energy efficiency of your home. Click on DiscountSiding.net. Paul Wurtenberger Construction, building Northwest Kansas dreams since 1983. State Glass Company, locally owned and operated since 1948. 5th and Main, downtown Hayes. Adams, Brown, Barron & Ball, your trusted advisors providing you with commitment, experience, and integrity. Gibbs Auto Supply, over 200,000 parts and accessories and great staff to take care of you in Hayes and La Crosse.
3rd and goal from the 6. Kapaun has a shotgun formation with 2 running backs to the right. Jamino will take the snap. It's a keeper designed for him all the way. Gets into the end zone, touchdown. And Kapaun capitalizes off a Hayes High's interception, and the Indians trail to open up the second quarter. 5 seconds in, 6-0. Hayes High got a fumble, but then gave it away on an interception, and the Hayes High Indians in the second quarter trail 6-0, 11:55 with Isaac Schmitz, a junior who's 27 for 27 on extra points this year into kick. The snap, a good one. The kick is up. It's nearly blocked, and it just goes through the uprights. The Indians nearly got there. And it's 7-0. Hayes High football brought to you by Next Tech, Midwest Energy, Gibbs Auto Supply, and Steel Fabrications. It was quarterback Andrew Gimino from 6 yards out scoring a touchdown. It is just the second third down touchdown that Hayes High has given up this year. And you think that Kapaun likely would have gone for it. They're already 2 for 2 on fourth down tonight. It was simply the Crusaders getting more blockers to the right side of the formation than the Indians had defenders, and he cut back and scored. Get you a Hayes Kalon scoreboard update as the evening goes along. Halftime, big showdown tonight. Number 8 seed in the west half of 5A playing St. Thomas Aquinas. That's Bishop Carroll tonight. They were up 28-7 at home. That game got an early start. Hayes Kalon scoreboard update has, after one quarter, Lawrence High, who's undefeated, scoreless with Free State, who has not won yet this year. We'll have some more scores as we go along, but this first quarter went very quickly. Hey, there's not much to look at. Return by Maroney. He bobbles, has to go back inside the 5 to pick up the football. Return on the right side, 10, 15, 20. Burst through a hole. He's at the 30-yard line. Well, that was near disaster. Instead, the Indians will get pretty decent starting field position at the 30. Hayes High on their opening drive went 9 plays, 5 minutes and 49 seconds, but punted the ball on what was 4th and 15 because of a 15-yard penalty on what would have been 4th and a half a yard inside of Kapaun territory. Kapaun then fumbled 12 plays later. Hayes threw an interception, and 3 plays later, Kapaun scored 7-0 in favor of Kapaun Crusaders. Shotgun for Dale, throws near side, and it's tipped and it's intercepted. Back-to-back interceptions, tipped at the line of scrimmage, and this time Jackson Powers. And the Indians have thrown back-to-back interceptions, and the Indians need their defense more than ever. 11:42 to go in the second quarter, and the last 7 plays for Hayes High have been no yards, 2 interceptions, and a Kapaun touchdown. Kapaun will take over at the Hayes High 32-yard line with a 7-0 lead. Gimino, back at quarterback, who just scored the touchdown, comes under center with Bates, the fullback, and Curtis, the tailback. We have not seen the listed starter, Austin Ruda, yet tonight. Hayes High, 3-down lineman, Canick at the line of scrimmage. It's a handoff to Curtis, and Gavin Hazelhorst blows him up in the backfield. They'll say forward progress back at the 35. It's a loss of 3 for Gavin Hazelhorst. Tackle for loss on the season, number 21 and the 43rd in his career. He very well may have come untouched. He's already forced a fumble tonight. Gets that tackle for loss. In a highlight type of play, Gimino to the shotgun this time. Split wide receivers, tied in left. The left-handed quarterback looks to throw. Deep over the middle. It's going to be caught by Ancio, the tight end at 6'4", went up and got it at the 5. And Hayes High is reeling right now on both sides of the football. That is a 30-yard pass play that Gimino just chucked up in the air for his tall wide receiver, Will Ancio, whose sister is going to play basketball at Wichita State. Ancio himself is 6'6". I said 6'4". He's 6'6". Went up and got it. And the Hayes High Indians see the Crusaders inside the 5 now on a handoff to Bates, the fullback, for 2 yards. The Hayes High Indians trying to bow their backs, down 7-0. Gimino under center, hands it off, no, keeps it himself, gets into the end zone. Oh, they're going to say short. Looked like that he had followed Bates right in, but Gimino held short at about the 2-yard line. His knee went down. 3rd and goal from the 2. Hayes High back-to-back interceptions on their last 2 offensive possessions. Gimino back under center quickly. Handoff, Bates left side, falls into the end zone, and Hayes High is down 13-0. And twice, Kapaun has converted on third down in the red zone for touchdowns. Bates' 8th touchdown rush of the year to lead his team. The 30-yard pass to 6'6" tight end Will Ancio. Hayes High played it pretty well, but Ancio, just taller than the defensive backs for Hayes High, went up and got the football, and Hayes High has got to regroup. Snap, kick is up by Schmitz, and good. He's now 29 for 29 this year. And after a second Hayes High interception, there is 9:53 to go in the second quarter, and the Indians are down 14-0. This time Doug Bates scores on a 2-yard run after a Hayes High interception. Hayes High was driving, but then penalties thwarted their first drive. Interceptions thwart drive number 2 and 3. Hayes High on the year had a total of 6 turnovers. They have 2 on their last 2 plays. Indian football brought to you by Heartland Building Center, Hayes Kalon, and Discount Siding. Hayes High was down a week ago, 21-7 at halftime to Maize South. You do not want to keep doing that week after week. Big thank you to our Hayes High streaming partner. Big thanks to Coldwell Banker Executive Realty, streaming all of the home and road games this year. If being at home more has made you realize that your home is too small, too big, too old, team up with Coldwell Banker Executive Realty to start the search for your next home. Isaac Schmitz to kick off again. Hayes High's down 14-0. They were driving in the first quarter and then punted. Back-to-back interceptions. The first interception after Hayes High had taken the ball away on a fumble recovery. Return, Tucker Veach. He fields cleanly at the 4-yard line. Once a middle return, he's at the 20-yard line and taken down at about the 21 or 22. Wisconsin and Big Ten football returns tonight. They are taking on Illinois. Former Kansas high school quarterback Graham Mertz is the starter. First starter as a freshman for Wisconsin in over 40 years. He's out of Overland Park and played at Blue Valley North. Well, time for Hayes High to recover. At their own 22, down 14-0. Lots of football left to be played on a cold night. 35 at kickoff, wind chill at 27. Handoff is going to go to Dreiling. He stiff arms to get himself back to the line of scrimmage, and right now, Kapaun is coming with 8 or 9 on every play. It's a gain of 2 for the Indians to the 24-yard line. And for the first time this season, you start to feel Hayes High maybe being just a little impatient. 3 wide receivers left. Dreiling to the left of the quarterback, Dale. Throws it to Canick. Canick gets a block. He's at the 25. Tries to spin his way free of a tackle and gets up near the 28-yard line. Looks like they'll say down at the 27-yard line. Just a gain of 3. And it's quickly 3rd down for the Indians. 3rd down and 4. Hayes High is 2 for 4 on 3rd down tonight. Swartz left, 2 wide receivers to the right. Shotgun for the Indians, long snap count. It's a turn, no, play action pass, roll out. It's a throw to Kiefer. He makes the catch for a 1st down, and he'll get the ball to the 34-yard line. A gain of 7 on the Dale to Kiefer hookup. Coach Crow said in the pregame show that this is exactly what Kapaun will do. They will dare you to throw the football. They will pack 7, 8, and sometimes 9 in the box, and that's what they've done tonight, forcing 2 Hayes High interceptions. And the Indians trailing 14-0, 8:13 to go before halftime. Shotgun for Dale, long snap count, turn, handoff to Maroney. Maroney gets a opportunity to cut back. I think that was Roy on the run. They'll unpile, and it was Dylan Dreiling, excuse me. Good gain on 1st down across the 35 to the 38. It's a gain of 4 for Dreiling, who's at 5 carries, 17 yards. Hayes High, 2nd down and 6. Canick in the slot to the left. On the left hash, Kiefer and Swartz wide receiver to the left as well. 2nd and 6, 8 in the box for Kapaun. They bring a run blitz, roll out right side for Dale. Dale steps back. He's just going to throw it away, get hit after he got rid of the football. Apparently it was not a late hit, and it's incomplete. The Indians will live for another down on 3rd and 6. Hayes High 3 for 6 on 3rd down tonight, 38% on the year. They were 5 of 12 last week. Apologize, they are 3 for 5 right now, this being the 6th. 7:23 to go in the first half. The clock stopped after the incomplete pass. 5 at the line for Kapaun. This time they do not bring a blitz. A swing pass out to the left for Dreiling. Dreiling with the head of steam at the 40. He gets taken out, but looks like he'll have enough for the first down. Words of the officials say he landed. Right on the first down marker, Dreiling up on his feet and pointing first down. The official says it is as well. And the Indians get 6 from number 6, Dylan Dreiling. Dreiling's first catch of the night. Kiefer has caught 1 pass. Kanik has caught 2. 2 wide receivers to that skinny side of the field. Hayes High will go double tight. Kiefer is the tight end to the right side on 1st and 10 from the 44-yard line. Kanik in motion. Handoff to Jaron. Tries to get around the corner. Gets a good block. Still on his feet. 50. Tries to run through a tackle, but Kapaun is a very good tackling team. That on the tackle is Brandon Burr, who tripped Canning up earlier on what could have been a touchdown run. It's a gain of 7 on first down. And into Kapaun territory. Canick's 3rd carry for a total of 18 yards. Indians at the Kapaun 48. Drive continues from the right hash. Kanik in motion. Same play, opposite way. Kanik stiff arms to get out of a tackle in the backfield, but Kapaun read it. And he is taken down back in Hayes High territory at the 47. It's a loss of 5. And Hayes High will face 3rd down and 7. 7th first down of the first half. 7th third down of the first half for Hayes High. Indians got 7 on the play to the right. They ran the same play to the left, but Kapaun the wiser on that one and was able to get in position, and the Indians back to their own 45. They converted on 3rd and 6 on this drive already. And 3rd and 4. Not much in the way of big plays tonight for the Indians. Turn, handoff, no play action pass. Dale under some pressure, throws, incomplete. He would have had Kiefer open but had to get rid of the football early. And the Indians are now 4 for 9 passing, 23 yards and 2 interceptions. And Hayes High will have to punt for a second time tonight. They had 2nd down and 3 after a 7-yard first down run, but a 5-yard tackle set up 3rd and 7, and Hayes High will have to punt down 14-0 with 5:44 to go in the first half. A pair of interceptions setting up Kapaun in Hayes High territory, and they capitalized on each of their last 2 drives. Hayes High forced a fumble on the first. Kiefer will roll out to his right. He'll punt the football away. This is a good end-over-end punt that lands inside of the 10, goes out of bounds at about the 5. The official stands right on top of the 5. For Kiefer, it is the 9th time he has sent a punt outside of the has downed a punt inside the 20-yard line. So the Indians have gone punt, interception, interception, punt. And now see if the defense can stop the Crusaders, who started their own 33, fumbled, started at the Hayes High 5, started at the Hayes High 32, and scored twice. The quarterback is Kai Coons. Handoff left side. Curtis on his feet and out of bounds in front of the Hayes High sideline across the 20, all the way out to the 23-yard line. And Kapaun right now seems to be imposing their will on the Hayes High Indians. 18-yard run for Cale Curtis. That is more yards than he had on his first 6 carries combined. Kai Coons back at the quarterback spot. 3-down lineman for the Indians. He's under center. Handoff to Curtis. Runs up the middle. The Indians are there for the stop on top of the 25-yard line. It's still a gain of 2. This may be the most disciplined and most physical offensive line that Hayes High has played against all year. Down 14-0, 5:05 to go in quarter number 2. Hayes High got into Kapaun territory on their first drive, but on what would have been 4.5 yards, they got a 15-yard penalty after the play, so the Indians had to punt on likely a situation that Hayes High was going to go for it. 2nd and 8 for Kapaun. Turn handoff to Bates. The fullback gets rocked at the line of scrimmage. Gavin Hazelhorst is right there along with Dalton Dale. No gain, 3rd and 8. And so 3rd down and 8 for the Indians to try to get off the fields. Kapaun tonight is 3 for 5 on 3rd down. The 2 that they did not convert on 3rd down, they converted on 4th and a yard or shorter. 2 wide receivers to the left. Tight end Will Ancio to the right. It's a play-action pass. He's looking for Ancio, who is wide open down the field, and it's intercepted. Tucker Veach takes it away on his feet at the 40, and the Hayes High Indians force a 2nd turnover, and the Indians have the football back in Kapaun territory. Tucker Veach, interception number 2 of the season, 8th of his career. Kai Coons throws the pick. And the Hayes High Indians, first half, knot up the turnovers at 2 apiece. Veach on the INT, now the offense at the Kapaun 40. This is the furthest Hayes High has been on offense all night. 4:06 to go before half. Kapaun gets the ball to start half number 2. 2 running backs. One goes in motion to the right. That's Dreiling. Handoff to Kanik. Kanik at the 40, 30. He turns on the Jets, 20. Tackled from behind at the 17-yard line. Gain of 23 for Jaron Kanik. And the Indians are into the red zone for the first time tonight. Indians in the red zone this year, it's been a bit of an issue. They've been in there 17 times. They've only scored on 9 of them. Shotgun. Kanik, the running back to the right. Lead blocks for Dreiling. Gets to the 15-yard line and spun down there. Gain of 2. So Kanik, after that 200-yard performance at quarterback, essentially the running quarterback last week, is now the running back. Swartz into the ball game, wide receiver left. 2nd down and 8 from the Kapaun 15 after the Tucker Veach interception. Indians down 14-0. Kapaun's 2 touchdowns have come off of Hayes High turnovers. Indians trying to do the same. 15 on the play clock. Swartz one-on-one to the far side of the field. Kiefer is a wing back to the left. Dale will take the shotgun snap with Dreiling to his right. Handoff to Kanik. Gets caught in the backfield and taken down. Loss of 1 to the 16. And 3rd down and 9. For Hayes High in likely what is 4-down territory. Down 14-0. Kanik will split out to the left. He will have one-on-one coverage with Andrew Jamino, the quarterback. Now he will switch out and go to a safety. And Stuhlsaltz, the normal safety, will have Kanik. Play clock down to 10. Some confusion on the play. 3rd down and 8 for the Indians, and Hayes High is going to take a timeout. There was some confusion on the play. There was a couple of players still looking over to the sideline, not understanding what the play was. Indian football brought to you by the Hayes High Athletic Booster Club, Shelter Insurance Agent Dustin Shoemaker, High Plains Roofing, and USD 489. Our halftime spotlight interview tonight is going to be on the Hayes High soccer program. The Indian soccer program led by Silas Hibbs. They pick up a win last night, 5-1 over TMP. They head into regionals next Tuesday where they'll take on Salina Central. So we'll talk to Coach Hibbs. Also, we will be going over our happenings at Hayes High. It is a busy upcoming week and a busy Saturday. Regional cross country and regional volleyball are tomorrow. It's going to be a cold run tomorrow morning for the cross country team in Great Bend. Congratulations to the golf team. The girls golf team finishing 4th at state this week. So Hayes High, 3rd down and 8. They get a Tucker Veach interception, a 23-yard run by Kanik, but then after a 2-yard gain on 1st, they lose a yard on 2nd down. Inside the Kapaun red zone at the 16, Kapaun shows a blitz. Dreiling to the left of the quarterback. Kanik in motion. It's going to be a play-action pass. A wheel route out to the far side. Dale's going to keep. He's going to get inside of the 15 to the 14, and that is it. And Hayes High is going to bring on the field goal unit in an effort to try to get some points. So on 3rd and 9, Hayes High gets 2. And on to attempt the extra points is Jack Fields. 0 for 3 this year from 43, 39, and 42. This one is going to be from 32 yards from the left hash. Minute 40 and counting in quarter number 2. Indians looking for their first points, down 14-0. The snap to Veach is high. Good hold. Kick is on the way. It is no good, and the Indians are still down 14-0 with a minute 29 to go in the first half. Indians get into the red zone, but no further after the Tucker Veach interception, and the Kapaun defense is everything as advertised. We said in the pregame show they just do not allow big plays. They keep everything in front, and that's what they've done so far. Indians' first 5 drives, punt, interception, interception, punt, and field goal. Drive number 5 for Kapaun coming up. Fumble, touchdown, touchdown, interception. The 2 times they started in Hayes High territory, they turned it over. Or they scored touchdowns. From their own side, it's been a turnover. Handoff, Curtis jumps to the left on his feet across the 20 to the 25. Tucker Veach with the tackle after a gain of 5. The stats for Kapaun are not going to show a lot of yards because they have been held fairly quiet. But they started a drive at the Hayes High 5 that they scored on, and a drive at the Hayes High 32 that they scored on. Kapaun is looking to waste the clock down. They'll have 2nd down and 6 after a 4-yard run. Leading 14-0, and they get the ball to start half number 2. 2 wide receivers left. Kapaun, handoff, Bates, no, the quarterback will pull. Jamino taken down as he gets a first down at the 31-yard line. It's an option play with Bates, the fullback. Jamino pulled, gets 7 yards, make it 8 yards. And Kapaun, who has all of their timeouts left, elects not to use one here. Bates becomes a blocking back as Jamino goes to the shotgun. It's a handoff to Cale Curtis, gets hit behind the line of scrimmage, bounces off of it, gets through another tackle, and it's Wyatt Crane who has to make the tackle. Otherwise, it may have been a touchdown. It's a gain of 3 for Cale Curtis. We have not seen the listed starter, Austin Ruda, at all tonight. 11 seconds on the first half clock. Does Kapaun run one more play? They do not seem interested in doing so. Clock down to 4-3, and that'll be the halftime. Hayes High is down 14-0 at home in a big-time 5A West showdown. Kapaun will get the ball to start half number 2. The storyline of the first half is turnovers, each team with 2 turnovers. Kapaun has scored 14 off of those turnovers. Hayes High has not scored on those turnovers, and the Indians are down by 14 for a 2nd consecutive week as we go to the halftime show on the Hayes High Sports Network, powered by Herman Physical Therapy.
M&D Excavating, Incorporated, serving the Hayes area since 1979. Jeter Law Firm, proud to support student-athletes, partners you can rely on. Shelter Insurance, Dustin Shoemaker. Compare your coverage today at CompareMyCoverage.com. Discount Siding, new siding, energy-efficient windows and doors, vinyl fencing, and other exterior home products. Improve the beauty and energy efficiency of your home. Click on DiscountSiding.net. Paul Wurtenberger Construction, building Northwest Kansas dreams since 1983. State Glass Company, locally owned and operated since 1948. 5th and Main, downtown Hayes. Adams, Brown, Barron & Ball, your trusted advisors providing you with commitment, experience, and integrity. Gibbs Auto Supply, over 200,000 parts and accessories and great staff to take care of you in Hayes and La Crosse. Get a great deal on internet, video, voice, and business services from the technology experts, Nextech. When it hails, when it pours, one thing's for sure. Roof Masters is who you're looking for. Bigger vehicle for a family trip or a car that gets excellent gas mileage for the next business trip? Book with Hertz Rent-A-Car on 8th Street in Hayes. Add Aflac Insurance to your company's benefit package at no cost to you. Call Sean Schwartz with Aflac Insurance.
Back on the USD 489 halftime show at Lewis Field Stadium, our halftime spotlight interview shines on the Hayes boys soccer program this week. Coach Silas Hibbs joining us. And Coach, you finish off your regular season last night, a win against TMP, getting ready for the regional, but nice to finish off the season with a win and in Hayes, because I know it's been quite the travel season for you guys as well.
Absolutely, and I appreciate the time, Dustin. I think it was really exciting to see the boys just get the win last night against their rival and a lot of their friends across town. And we suited up the entire varsity and JV, knowing it's just going to be a varsity game because 2/3 of our team was quarantined the last 2 weeks, and so it's just good to be together as a team, get a win, and just for the seniors, walk off their field, ending their career here with a win.
On both of those. And part of that is where you start. Kapaun, on their takeaways, started at the Hayes High 10. A penalty pushed it to the 5. They scored 3 plays later. Kapaun then, after an interception, started at the Hayes High 35. They threw a 30-yard pass to the 5 and scored 2 plays later. Hayes High down 14-0 at halftime. The offensive numbers are very similar. Kapaun 110 yards, Hayes High 98. Kapaun 80 yards rushing, Hayes High 75. Kapaun 30 yards passing, Hayes High 23. But again, where the ball is when Kapaun took over on their interceptions is the big difference in this game. Kapaun 3 for 6 on 3rd down, 2 for 2 on 4th. Hayes High is 4 for 8 on 3rd down and has not tried a 4th down conversion. Hayes High was in the red zone once. They missed a field goal. Kapaun was in the red zone twice. They scored twice. And at halftime, the Hayes High Indians are down 14-0. We'll step aside and we'll talk with Coach Silas Hibbs of the Hayes High soccer program. That's where our spotlight interview goes in this week number 8. On the halftime show, brought to you by USD 489, this is the Hayes High Sports Network, powered by Herman Physical Therapy.
M&D Excavating, Incorporated, serving the Hayes area since 1979. Jeter Law Firm, proud to support student athletes, partners you can rely on. Shelter Insurance, Dustin Shoemaker. Compare your coverage today at CompareMyCoverage.com. Discount Siding, new siding, energy-efficient windows and doors, vinyl fencing, and other exterior home products. Improve the beauty and energy efficiency of your home. Click on discountsiding.net. Paul Wurtenberger Construction, building Northwest Kansas dreams since 1983. State Glass Company, locally owned and operated since 1948. 5th and Main, downtown Hayes. Adams, Brown, Barron, and Ball, your trusted advisors providing you with commitment, experience, and integrity. Gibbs Auto Supply, over 200,000 parts and accessories and great staff to take care of you in Hayes and La Crosse. Get a great deal on internet, video, voice, and business services from the technology experts, Nextech. When it hails, when it pours, one thing's for sure. Roof Masters is who you're looking for. Bigger vehicle for a family trip or a car that gets excellent gas mileage for the next business trip? Book with Hertz Rent-A-Car on 8th Street in Hayes. Add Aflac Insurance to your company's benefit package at no cost to you. Call Sean Schwartz with Aflac Insurance.
Back on the USD 489 halftime show at Lewis Field Stadium, our halftime spotlight interview shines on the Hayes boys soccer program this week. Coach Silas Hibbs joining us. And Coach, you finish off your regular season last night, a win against TMP, getting ready for the regional, but nice to finish off the season with a win and in Hayes, because I know it's been quite the travel season for you guys as well.
Absolutely, and I appreciate the time, Dustin. I think it was really exciting to see the boys just get the win last night against their rival and a lot of their friends across town. And we suited up the entire varsity and JV, knowing it's just going to be a varsity game because 2/3 of our team was quarantined the last 2 weeks, and so it's just good to be together as a team, get a win, and just for the seniors, walk off their field, ending their career here with a win.
We'll talk more about the season coming up here in just a little bit, but I wanted to ask about what coronavirus regulations and rules have meant for soccer. What had to change in the way that maybe you guys practiced, in the way that you played, as opposed to a regular year?
A lot of laundry on bibs, a lot of cleaning water jugs, Fortunately, we're outside, so we don't have to work, inside, so we can be a little bit more loose in respect to, social distancing or so on and so forth. But for me, it's just a lot of little work, a lot of little cleaning on the side, and just, constantly reminding the boys 6 feet apart, a lot of documentation on bus trips, and it's just the little things that you got to do to be careful. Obviously, we had a positive case in our team, and the protocols we had in place were we were able to trace things effectively. And it's just a lot of extra work on the side that takes away from your coaching, but at the same time, it's important. I'd do all that work in a second to make sure the boys have a season. So.
How that leads perfectly to my next question. Going from maybe no high school sports at all in the state of Kansas to having essentially a full season, what kind of blessing was it just to get this year in?
Blessing's a perfect word. We got to put things in perspective. We all saw it was like this last spring when the kids weren't competing and kind of what that did for them. And so, it was a great perspective builder to know that every game you play, you got to take it as it's your last. We could come down with a case and it could be done tomorrow really quickly. And so it was a good tool to get the boys, focused and engaged, but at the same time, a great indicator of life, how things can change in a second. You got to be ready and make the most of every opportunity.
Well, it did affect the program a little bit during the year because of needing to quarantine. Let's talk about the season a little bit and how the year went. I know the Western Athletic Conferences, maybe of all the sports in the WAC, boys soccer might be the sport that is just the toughest from top to bottom. Talk about the WAC season a little bit and your year overall.
I love playing in the WAC from a soccer perspective because it makes us better postseason. We take our lickings from some great programs. Culturally speaking, soccer is a lot of times their main sport, and it makes us tougher for the postseason. Undoubtedly, every team pretty much has a winning record aside from us in Great Bend, and it's just and not only that, undefeated records, kind of first in 6A state type records, which you love to play against that as in the regular season. You get to play each team twice, and it actually makes you a better coach and makes your team tougher for when it really matters, when it's 0-0 come regionals and state. And so I love it and hate it at the same time, but it makes our boys stronger, and it's a good contrast for a lot of our Hayes boys to see that the rest of the world doesn't look just like Hayes. Soccer is the world sport, and it's good for them to see look at the teams that take this seriously and how good they can be. And I think we have the resources and the opportunity here in Hayes to do that. It's just a matter of them playing against the best day in and day out to kind of get them better. So,
and leading into the next part of this is that the season isn't over. Regionals is on the way. Do you know who you play, or is that still up in the air?
We do know 3 of the teams that we're going to play, and of all the regionals in the entire state, this kind of nook of the state doesn't play a lot of soccer. So it's Great Bend, Salina Central, Salina South, and if you look, every team in that region has a record very similar to ours, sub 500. So the opportunity for us to compete and win a regional championship, given the COVID kind of alignment, is better than it's ever been in the past. Historically, we'd have to play with a record like we have, maybe a 14-0 team or a 12-2 team. Well, this year we're playing the best team in our region is 5-8. And it's Salina Central, who we've played in to overtime with and lost on a golden goal opportunity. So it's encouraging to know that we have a shot to make this run, and it's encouraging to have our entire team back right when it matters. And I know the boys are excited after last night's win against TMP to kind of keep this thing running, and all the guys that were off for quarantine have a newfound respect for just being able to play one more game. And so I'm excited. We're going to peak hopefully at the right time, and we've had a little bit of grace when it comes to having the opportunity to play a region that's definitely winnable. So
let's talk about some of the seniors that you would like to highlight from your program this year.
Yeah, so this will be the first group of guys that I've had for all 4 years. This is my 4th season. So, Brandon Musel, captain, to see him from the time he's been a freshman now grow just into a hard worker, just great leader. Same with Sam Ryder and Blake Steedman, 2 guys that have been workhorses. And, Sam's overcome a ton of injuries this year. Just to be able to play back on the field, and he's actually scored 3 or 4 goals at the varsity level, which we knew we could do. But, he's been injured for so long that, just finally great to see his play. You know, Blake's been a varsity player for 3 years, and we lean on Blake a lot. And it's we put a lot of pressure on him, but he's handled it well. Alexis Cano, any goalie in the WAC is going to get a lot of action. And though statistically speaking, he might not have a great goals against record, he's taken shots and playing tough every time. We also have a great, Alan Enriquez, a JV guy, but probably the highest character guy on our team that we've kept around simply for his leadership and his just ability to encourage the boys. And he doesn't take one opportunity for granted. Just his lifestyle and his story is pretty amazing. And so I love all my seniors. You know, I probably missed a couple, but those are the guys that stand out to me. Just I'm thankful I've got to coach them for 4 years. I'm thankful to see their growth both on the field and off the field. And it's encouraging to see these boys coming in as boys and kind of leaving as men, being responsible with the things that they're supposed to be doing as 18-year-old men. So.
All right, season not over. You mentioned the regional coming up. What has to happen in between, or what would you like to see your kids doing in the off season whenever that does come along?
They need to play. They need to get in the weight room. They do. They need to have this mentality of a little chip on their shoulder. Like, we play against the WAC schools all the time, and they're good. It's simply putting in the work, and they have a lot of. You see some of our results against some of those greater teams. That's the reality. That's the bar. That's the gap we need to make up in the off season. And time, work, effort. Sounds cliche, but there's no substitute. They have some strides to make in this off season, and it's going to take a lot of time and a lot of work.
Coach, we sure appreciate the time. Good luck in the regional tournament, and we thank you for the time.
Thanks, Dustin.
Coach Silas Hibbs of the Hayes High Soccer Program. That is our spotlight interview for the USD 489 halftime show. More coming up from Lewis Field Stadium after the break on the Hayes High Sports Network, powered by Herman Physical Therapy.
Midwest Energy, a customer-owned cooperative providing safe, reliable, and efficient energy services and promoting growth throughout the region. When you need something fixed fast and done right the first time, call Steel Fab. Heartland Building. When it is time to get the job done, see why so many builders rely on Heartland Building Center with a huge stock of building material. Edward Jones, providing a reasoned and disciplined approach to investing, making sense of investing. Western and Central Kansas premier roofing contractor, The Professionals, High Plains Roofing of Hayes. Teams win games. Let the biggest real estate team in Hayes find your next home. Coldwell Banker Executive Realty, the streaming partner of the Hayes High Sports Network. The green grass you want in the spring starts with spraying in the fall with Hayes K-Lawn, Kurt Maska and Kurt Viner. Hayes High School Athletic Booster Club. Proud to support the athletes of Hayes High School by providing items needed to excel on the field and court. Master Cleaners, dry cleaning, laundry, alterations, tux rentals, and much more. They have numerous pickup locations throughout Western Kansas to serve you. Eagle Communications, our community connected.
Welcome back to the USD 489 halftime show. Hayes High hosting Kapaun on this final night of the regular season. Happenings at Hayes High School are brought to you by the Hayes High Athletic Booster Club. They remind you that they will have another store coming open that will be able to allow you to get your Hayes High team gear in time for Christmas if you get your orders in. So be on the lookout for that at hayeshighIndians.com/athletics. We start with Sub-State Volleyball that is coming up tomorrow. The Indians are in the Great Bend Regional. That will be the number 1 seed Great Bend, 18-10, taking on the Hayes High Indians at 13-22 on the year. That's the 1-4 matchup. Winner of that plays the winner of the 2 seed Salina Central and 3 seed Salina South. Those teams each have 14 wins on the year. Now, the championship match will be the same day. The first match tomorrow has Hayes High and Great Bend at 1 o'clock. Then, instead of the teams all going to state, there's going to be essentially like a super regional. The quarterfinals will be held next Tuesday. Good luck to the Hayes High Lady Indian volleyball team tomorrow. In cross country, the Class 5A regional, there's 4 of them this year, has the Hayes High Indians in Great Bend tomorrow as well.
Girls race at 10 a.m., boys race at 10:45. It's going to be a cold cross-country regional tomorrow that features Great Bend, Hayes High, Mays South, Newton, Salina Central, Salina South, and Valley Center. Out of each of the 4 regionals, there will be 3 teams qualifying, and then the top 10 runners that are individual qualifiers that aren't on teams qualifying for the state tournament or state cross-country meet as well. Good luck to the cross-country runners tomorrow, and bundle up. It's going to be a cold one. Congratulations to the Hayes High Lady Indian golf team, finishing 4th at the 5A state meet earlier this week, a 2-day tournament on Monday and Tuesday. The Indians improved by 1 spot and 7 strokes from Monday to Tuesday at the Salina Municipal Golf Course. The Indians shot a 354 on Monday, shot a 347 on Tuesday. Kapaun won the team title at a 665. The Indians were at 701. Senior Sierra Smith had the best improvement from day 1 to day 2 of 13 strokes that helped the Indians advance past Andover in the leaderboard to the 4th place team finish. Talia McCrae, who finished in 18th place, was one of 2 Indian medalists. The other was Katie Dinkle. She finished in 19th for the Indians, and then senior Sophia Garrison shot an 88 in the final round. She finishes just out of the medals in 24th. It was a great season for the golf team. Now for soccer standings, the regional potting system that they're doing for regionals this year because of COVID has Salina Central, Great Bend, Salina South, and Hayes. That will all start next week. Salina Central will be the 1 seed at 5-8-1. Great Bend, the 2 seed at 5-9. Salina South, 5-10-1, the 3 seed. Hayes is the 4 seed at 4-12. They will be taking on the 1 seed Salina Central in regionals that start next week. It's postseason time coming up for most of the Hayes High athletics, and your happenings at Hayes High School have been brought to you by the Hayes High Athletic Booster Club. This has been the USD 489 halftime show on the Hayes High Sports Network, powered by Herman Physical Therapy.
M&D Excavating, Incorporated, serving the Hayes area since 1979. Jeter Law Firm, proud to support student-athletes, partners you can rely on. Shelter Insurance, Dustin Shoemaker. Compare your coverage today at CompareMyCoverage.com. Discount Siding, new siding, energy-efficient windows and doors, vinyl fencing, and other exterior home products. Improve the beauty and energy efficiency of your home. Click on DiscountSiding.net. Paul Wurtenberger Construction, building Northwest Kansas dreams since 1983. State Glass Company, locally owned and operated since 1948. 5th and Main, downtown Hayes. Adams, Brown, Barron & Ball, your trusted advisors providing you with commitment, experience, and integrity. Gibbs Auto Supply, over 200,000 parts and accessories and great staff to take care of you in Hayes and La Crosse. Get a great deal on internet, video, voice, and business services from the technology experts, Nextech. When it hails, when it pours, one thing's for sure. Roof Masters is who you're looking for. Bigger vehicle for a family trip or a car that
14-0. We'll get a Hayes Kalon scoreboard update as the night goes along. Second quarter, T&P in Lakin leading 40-14. Kickoff and end-over-end kick will be taken at the 26-yard line by the Kapaun Crusaders. A return to near the 35-yard line. And Hayes High's defense, just like a week ago, down by 14. Need to help get a stop. Hayes High without a couple of defensive linemen tonight. Trey Adams out for likely the rest of the year. And then Carson Spray out tonight because of illness. And so Hayes High without 2 of their 4 starting defensive linemen. Starting second half, Brandon Yout will get the start. It's going to be a keeper by the quarterback. It's going to be Kai Coons up the left sideline and gone. 1 play, 1 touchdown, and the Indians now trail 20-0. And wait a minute, a flag on the play. Hold on. The official from the far side has thrown the first flag on Kapaun. It is a block in the back, and the Indians get a reprieve. The flag is all the way back at the Kapaun 39-yard line. It'll be a gain of 4, and the Hayes High Indians get a second half reprieve. Kai Coons went 65 yards, and the Indians get a second chance at the first play of half number 2. Wow, that is huge. Now Hayes High has got to take advantage. The ball goes back to the Kapaun 29-yard line for first and about 16. Now Kuhn, still in at quarterback, is in the shotgun. He'll hand off, no keep it himself, run right up the middle, and the Indians again bounce off of 2 tackles. Kuhn's on his feet to a first down. Hayes High is tackling high and not finishing the tackles. Kuhn's needed 16. He gets 16 at the Hayes High 45. So Kuhn's has run on the last 2 plays for 81 yards. And Kapaun has the ball at their own 45. That is the first penalty on Kapaun tonight. Now Kapaun will go to more of a speed package, and for the first time we see the starting running back, Austin Ruda. He will be to the right side of Kuhn's. 2 wide receivers right, 1 to the left on 1st and 10. Hayes High, 3-down lineman. It's a keeper by Kuhn's. Flags all over the field. Kuhn's gets away from 2 tacklers as the Indians miss 3 tackles. Eventually, Kuhn's taken down at the 49, but flags came in all over the field, and that is a chop block on the Kapaun Crusaders. So they did not have a first half penalty. They have 2 on this drive. Hayes Kalon scoreboard update for you. In the second quarter, it was Garden City up on Great Bend 23-0. Dodge City up on Ulysses 14-0. This first half went very quickly, so not much in the way to be able to watch to get you scores at halftime. So now the ball back to the 30-yard line. This is play number 2 of this drive, and the quarter is already a minute old. Running back to the right, handoff to Curtis. It's a late handoff. Ball's on the ground. Did Hayes High get it back? They did not. Hazelhorst will get the tackle for loss on Kuhn's back inside the 30. Back to the 32-yard line. It's a loss of, back to the 27-yard line, loss of 3. Kuhn scored on the first play of the second half, but called back for a block in the back. Then a chop block following that. Kuhn's to throw. He's going to try to go deep for Ancio. Wide open. He makes the catch and a first down. All the way in Hayes High territory at the 44-yard line. Ancio was wide open, the tight end over the middle. It was first down and 23. And they just throw for 29 yards. Kuhn's first completion of the night. Both completions tonight have gone to the tight end Ancio, and this time Kuhn's is taken down back behind the line of scrimmage, behind the 45, back to the 47, and a loss of 3. Hayes High defense right now is boom or bust. Ancio has had 2 big catches tonight, 1 for 30, 1 for 29. It's going to be the quarterback, Ancio, keeping, and Gavin Hazelhorst with another tackle for loss. This one back at the 50. His 3rd of the night. And now on the season, his 23rd and 45th of his career. This will be 3rd and 16 for the Crusaders. Loss of another 3, back to the 27. Hayes High brings a blitz. Throw far side on a screenplay. The Indians read it. Can they make the tackle? They almost could not. Tiger Jones with the catch, stepped out at the 45. It's a gain of 5. Well, that was a wild succession of plays that the Hayes High Indians right now are coming out on the positive side of, because it should have been a touchdown. A block in the back brought it back. Then on 2nd down and deep, the Indians give up a first down, but get 3 straight play stops, and Kapaun will punt for the first time. Schmidt's 12th punt of the year, averages 37 yards per punt. A slow snap and a wobbly kick off the side of his foot will go out of bounds, and Hayes High will get decent starting field position at their own 21. So Kapaun forced to punt for just the 12th time this year. And now Hayes High offense has got to get in gear. They reached as far as the Kapaun 15 on a drive after an interception by Tucker Veach, but could not score. This will be 1st and 10. The Indians from their own 21. Hayes High had 98 yards of offense at halftime. They averaged 352 a game. Dale, who had 2 first-half interceptions, with Dreiling behind him. Kapaun shows 8 in the box. They'll bring it. It's going to be a keeper by Dale off of the fake to Canick, and Dale gets a yard to the 22. It is easy to go on record here to say that Kapaun is the most disciplined defense Hayes High has seen all year. And they just do not allow cutbacks. They are playing sound assignment football. Double tight ends. Kiefer to the right, Salmons to the left on 2nd and 9 from the 22. Kapaun shows blitz. They bring the blitz on a stunt. Dale to throw deep over the middle for Salmons, and it's incomplete. Underthrew Salmons and nearly picked off for a 3rd time. Dale 4 for 10 tonight for 23 yards. 3rd and 9 for Hayes High, who was 4 for 8 in the first half. 50%. Their season average 38%. 8:15 to go third. Indians down 14-0. They're in this game, but the offense has got to get something on the board. 2 wide receivers to the right, 1 to the left on 3rd and 9. Kapaun, it's a low snap on the turf. Dale picks it up, in some trouble. He'll just get dropped back at the 20. And Hayes High will have to punt. They will lose 3 on the play. And so Hayes High, after forcing the punt, will have to punt for a 3rd time themselves after just 3 plays. Kiefer's last punt went out of bounds at the Kapaun 5, but the Indians this time punting from their own 20 on 4th and 11. This Kapaun defense is good, maybe better than advertised. The punt by Kiefer is a nice one. Returned from the 37-yard line and is fumbled. Did Hayes High get it? It was forced free by Hunter Harris and jumped on by Kapaun. Hunter Harris forced the fumble. His 3rd of his career, but Kapaun recovers at their own 42-yard line. That would have been a potential momentum swinger. So Kapaun, who had the ball and scored on the first play of the second half, got it called back because of a block in the back, punted. Then Hayes High punts 3 plays later. Under center is Jamino. Handoff Bates. No, Jamino will pull. Left side, middle of the field on the hash. 40-yard line of the Hayes High Indians down to the 39. Hayes High is getting gashed on defense for really the first time this year on the ground. That's a 19-yard gain for Andrew Jamino. They alternate series for their quarterbacks. Senior Andrew Jamino in there now. Kai Coons, the junior quarterback. 3 down linemen for the Indians. Handoff, Cale Curtis, left side, stacked up at the line and dropped. He maybe got a half a yard to the 39. Cale Curtis, 11 carries, 40 yards. 18 of those came on one run. We'll call it 2nd down, 9.5 from the 39. The Hayes High Indians are right now trying to keep themselves in the game. Hayes High brings an all-out blitz. Jamino runs away from it on his feet. 1 move to the 32-yard line. Picks up 7. It'll be 3rd down and short. Jamino, 42 yards on 6 carries, and this is probably 4-down territory for the Crusaders. This is 3rd and 3. Hayes High has had opportunities in the red zone, did not score. Same story as last week when they lost by 1, did not score in 2 red zone visits. Jamino under center. Hayes High shows blitz. They bring the blitz. It's a handoff to Bates. Bates will not, where the far side official is walking in, it's enough for a 1st down, and I think it will be. It is. Needed 3. Bates got 3. And Kapaun keeps the ball and continues to drain that clock. TMP leads at halftime, 40-14. They've scored on defense, special teams, on the air, through the air, and on the ground. Jamino keeps it himself to the left side, gets hit and dropped. Dropped behind the line of scrimmage by Gavin Hazelhorst, his 4th tackle for loss unofficially in this game. Mark him down now on the year for 24. He averages a tackle for loss on nearly 25% of his carries. It's an option play right side. Jamino will keep and get taken down by Dalton Dale. Back to the original line of scrimmage of the 29. So 3rd down and 10. Indians read the option well that time. 3rd and 10 from the 29 for the Crusaders. They're in Hayes High territory. Indians have had the ball for 3 plays in this half, and it's down to 4:50 on the clock. Jamino out of the shotgun. Ruda is trying to decide if he goes to the left or right of his quarterback, and now Coach Weston Schartz of the Kapaun Crusaders want a timeout. Schartz is 2-0 against Hayes High all time. He was the head coach at Wichita West in 95 and 94. Beat the Indians 14-7 and 31-10. Schartz is a 27-year head coach, first year at Kapaun. He spent 10 years at Northwest. On either side of that, he spent time at Wichita West. And if you need a local link from Kapaun to Hayes, our very own Mike Holliday was a 119-pound wrestling champion at the Kapaun Invitational, his only championship as a high school wrestler. So Kapaun may be taking out some frustrations back from that championship so many years ago. College football, Wisconsin just scored. Graham Mertz in his redshirt freshman year, starting quarterback, Blue Valley North grad, has just thrown his 3rd touchdown of the night. 3rd and 10 for Kapaun. Hayes High brings a blitz. Tiger Jones is going to throw. It's going to be intercepted by Veach. His 2nd of the night. Takes it away at the 10. Returns at the 15. Still on his feet to the 20. Now to the right sideline. Taken down. Tucker Veach. 2nd interception of the night. And on the season, his 3rd and now 9th of his career. Tucker Veach. It's the 3rd interception third turnover by Kapaun tonight. They had 7 all year. Now the offense has got to get in gear. They have forced 3 turnovers, haven't scored on them tonight. Hayes High from their own 22. They've had the ball for just now 4 plays in this half. All-out blitz by Kapaun. Maroney runs to the right side on his feet. 30. He's on the midfield stripe. Chased from behind. 40. Taken down at the 35. And a flag on the play. It's coming back. Holding on the Hayes High Indians. Hayes High at times tonight just cannot get out of their own way. It would have been a run of 43 yards. It is brought back, and Hayes High will be inside their own 15. Hayes High's 5th penalty of the night, their 1st of the second half. So Hayes High will now have the ball at their own 12. 1st and 20. 43 yards taken off the board. 2 running backs for Dale on 1st and 20. Turn, handoff, this time to Dreiling. He'll try the right side, tried to break through a hole across the 15 to the 17-yard line, gain of 5. So the offense finally got a spark, and they were unable to do anything with it, and now an injured player for Hayes High. It is Bryce Salmons, and he is face down on the turf. And the Indian trainer all the way across the field to him already. Oh, Bryce, such a tough story. He was injured before his freshman year, a freak leg injury. And he for sure was going to miss all sports his freshman year. They thought football his entire sophomore year too. But he was able to come back this season. Training staff has rolled him to his back. A tough night for Hayes High continues to get tougher. They force a punt from Kapaun, down 14-0, go 3 and out, get an interception from Veach, his second of the night, go 43 yards on the next play, but gets called back because of a holding, and now their sophomore tight end and halfback, Bryce Salmons, is flat on his back on the turf. He was face down. The training staff rolled him over. Now Salmon starting to help himself up. Coach Tony Crow over there as well. Indian football brought to you by Aflac Insurance Agent Sean Swartz, Edward Jones, Darrell Jeff and Linda Seibel, Paul Wertenberger Construction, and Master Cleaners. And a slow walk across the field for Bryce Salmons. He's walking under his own power, which is the good news, but the sophomore will be out of this game, and he reaches for his lower back as he walks across the field. And the injury bug just cannot leave the Indians alone. This is as healthy as they have been all year. All right, so after that, second down and about 15 for the Indians. They're from their own 17. They had a 43-yard run wiped away because of a holding penalty. The running back split out of the backfield. It's a low snap, play action pass, comes near side for Canick, tipped and almost intercepted. Dale is 4 for 11 tonight throwing the ball. A couple of interceptions, completions to Kiefer, Dreiling, and Canick, and what should have been first down from the Kapaun 35 was called back on a penalty, is now 3rd and 15. What crowd is here on a below 30-degree night trying to urge on the Indians? Two running backs to the left of Dale. Third down and deep. Dale has some time to throw. Throws over the middle. Caught by Kiefer and then jarred free. It would have been 5 or 6 yards short of the first down marker. And the Indians are 3 and out. They are 3 and out after what could have been 1st and 10 from the Kapaun 35. So the Indians get a punt on defense, an interception on defense, but this Kapaun defense right now is just a little too much. 3:23 to go, third quarter, and Kiefer on to punt for a 4th time tonight. He comes in averaging 35 yards per punt. The snap, a good one. Kiefer will get this one away, and it is a low end-over-end kick that is going to go out of bounds at the Kapaun 47-yard line. So the Hayes High Indian defense will try to take the ball away again. Kapaun with the football, leading 14-0, 3:14 to go, third quarter. The cliche is there's a lot of football left to be played, but the clock is ticking in the wrong direction for Hayes High. Jamino back at quarterback. He'll be under center. He was the quarterback on the previous drive when they went wide receiver pass, and Tiger Jones threw an interception. 2 wide receivers left. It's a toss that way. Ruda gets hit and taken down after a short gain. Submarining him is Wyatt Crane, and it's a gain of 2 on the play for Austin Ruda, his first carry of the night. And Kapaun is more than happy to let this clock run near midfield. Getting word, too, that Brett Orth has tweaked a hamstring in the game as well. And the injury bug just will not shake free of the Indians. Kapaun taking this clock down to 10. They're already in clock-killing mode, leading 14-0. 2nd and 8 from the 49. Handoff, Bates on a counter, bounces off a tackle, taken down by Hazelhorst and also Gavin Nutting. What a combo on the line those two have been this year. It'll be 3rd and 5 after the 3-yard gain by the fullback Doug Bates, who leads this team in touchdowns at 8 on the season, and he is a road grader. 5'10", 225 fullback, and he very seldom gets pushed any way but forward. He is the running back to the right of Jamino. On 3rd and 5, it's a keeper by Jamino, and Dalton Dale blows him up in the backfield for a loss of 4. Dalton Dale comes in untouched. It is his second tackle for loss this year. 4th and 9 coming up for the Crusaders. Indians came into tonight with 61 tackles for loss as a team, another one there. And Kapaun, for the first time tonight, will be 3 and out if they punt this one away. Their second punt of the half and game. Canick awaits the punt inside his own 15. The last punt went out of bounds. This punt is going to the far sideline. Canick will let it roll down inside the 10, inside the 5, and it'll be touchdown at the 1. Well, last week, Hayes High had a 98-yard drive to get themselves back into the ball game. Tonight, they need a 99.5-yard drive. This ball is resting nearly against the end zone. Hayes High has given up one safety this year back in the first quarter of the first game against Goddard Eisenhower. This ball is a football length away from the end zone, the Indians' own. Down 14-0, 1:13 to go in quarter number 3. The only person that will line up outside of the end zone will be the center, Remington Cox. The diesel package in. Myers and Hazelhorst. It's a low snap. Dreiling has it and lost it, and now it's a touchdown for Hayes High, or for Kapaun. Recovered in the end zone. It is 20-0. Dreiling never got the snap. Hayes High's 3rd turnover of the night. All of the turnovers resulting in points. This one directly. Or no, did they call the safety? They called the safety. It looked like that Hayes High did not recover. The official put his arms in the air, so it's a safety, not a for the Hayes High Indians. And it's 16-0, Kapaun. And Hayes High will have to kick off. Well, Hayes High technically down, still just 2 touchdowns, 2 possessions at 16-0. But the Kapaun defense is the difference in this game. Hayes High defense, give them credit. When they weren't pushed up against their own side of the field to start a series, they have done their job, but Kapaun scored from the 5 after an interception, scored from the 32 after an interception. Well, they technically scored from the 2, but a drive that started at the 32. Kapaun will get great starting field position after this kick from Jack Fields. End-over-end kick is going to be returned by Cale Curtis at the 42-yard line. Comes near side on his feet at the Hayes High 35. Tackle missed at the 40, on his feet at the 30, and it's going to be a Kapaun touchdown.
Touchdown, Crusaders. Cale Curtis.
Cale Curtis, a 58-yard kickoff return for a touchdown. It is 22-0, 54 seconds to go, third quarter. Well, Hayes High had an opportunity, being healthy, being the number 6 seed in the west half of 5A, and their season motto is prove it. Hayes High has had a tough time of it tonight. The snap is bobbled. It is taken by the holder. 2-point conversion is good.
2-point conversion is good.
The holder, Austin Ruda, the running back, takes it in. It is 24-0 on a bobbled hold from the snapper. And there is an entire fourth quarter to go with the Indians trailing now 24-0. And starting to take a look at the sideline. It is a beleaguered look coming over for the Indians after that series. So they force a 3-and-out from Kapaun, their first of the night. The punt is down at the half-yard line. The Indians fumble it for a safety. Kickoff return for a touchdown. And now a bobbled 2-point snap, or bobbled point after is run in for a 2-point conversion. Let's check out the Hayes Kalon scoreboard update. We find that in the third quarter, Hutch is beating number 1 Mays 20-14 in the third. Try to get some other scores for you. Dodge City up on Ulysses 21-0. Third quarter, Smith Center up on Inman 15-0. Salina Central on top of Salina South 28-13. Andover and Goddard tied at halftime 7-7. Big time games in the west half of 5A. This will be a touchback for Schmitz. His 15th touchback of the year. Now the Hayes High offense has an uphill battle to climb, including the 54 seconds of this third quarter. There's 12:54 to go. Hayes High is down by 3 full possessions, 24-0. Hayes High in the second half, in the second half is punt, and safety. They had a 43-yard run taken off on a hold earlier in this half. Shotgun for Dale. The running backs will split from behind him. It'll be a keeper by Dale. Dale gets off of the first hit, taken down behind the line for a loss of 1. Now the Indian emotions starting to show, and not in a good way. Hayes High in the second half has 2 yards of offense. Check that, 1 yard of offense. And a turnover. Second down and 11 from the 19. Shotgun for Dale. Handoff to Dreiling. He'll get back to the line of scrimmage and about a half a yard, a gain of 1 for Dreiling. Hayes High got a 5-yard run from Dreiling in this half. Now a 1-yard run. Dale has had the ball 3 times for a loss of 3 yards, and the Indians will go to the fourth quarter. Down 24-0 with the ball, facing third down and 9 after this break along the Hayes High Sports Network, powered by Herman Physical Therapy.
M&D Excavating, Incorporated, serving the Hayes area since 1979. Jeter Law Firm, proud to support student athletes, partners you can rely on. Shelter Insurance, Dustin Shoemaker. Compare your coverage today at CompareMyCoverage.com. Discount Siding, new siding, energy-efficient windows and doors, vinyl fencing, and other exterior home products. Improve the beauty and energy efficiency of your home. Click on discountsiding.net. Paul Wurtenberger Construction, building Northwest Kansas dreams since 1983. State Glass Company, locally owned and operated since 1948. 5th and Main, downtown Hayes. Adams, Brown, Barron, and Ball, your trusted advisors providing you with commitment, experience, and integrity. Gibbs Auto Supply, over 200,000 parts and accessories and great staff to take care of you in Hayes and La Crosse.
Third down for the Indians to begin the fourth quarter.
Hayes High down 24-0. The final 12 minutes of regulation will need to be put up onto the clock, and once they do, Hayes High will face third down and 9 from their own 21-yard line. Hayes High, by the way, is facing their biggest deficit of the year. Hayes High, as we understand it, looking at the standings, guaranteed a home game in Week 9, but they're going to be needing to recover in a big way this next week. If this fourth quarter doesn't go better, as Dale's going to chuck one along the sideline. Canick is pushed out of bounds and taken down, and no flag. And the Indians are 3 and out. Hayes High has 2 yards of offense in the second half. And they will have to punt. Hayes High 3 and out punt, 3 and out punt, 1 play safety, 3 and out punt in the second half. And Carson Kiefer will punt for a 5th time tonight. The snap to Kiefer, and he'll get off a low line drive, end over end punt that is going to take a high bounce for Hayes High. Canick will down it at the 30-yard line. And Kapaun now will look to start killing clock with 11:44 remaining in the game. And a 24-0 lead. Indian football brought to you by Coldwell Banker Executive Realty, our streaming partner, Roof Masters, and Insurance Planning. The defense did not give up any third quarter points. A safety from the offense and a special teams kickoff return, all separated by 10 seconds. Handoff to Ruda, big hole right side, 30, 35, hit at the 35 by Myers and taken down, ball loose, but it was caused by the grounds. Ruda did not play the first half. He is listed as the starter. Then, in the second half, he was in for one play. He got called for a chop block and did not play most of the third quarter then. Kapaun's defense came in vaunted, giving up just 9 points a game, 44 points in 5 games, 31 of those in their loss to Bishop Carroll, and they have showed why tonight. Hayes High brings an all-out blitz, and the Indians get there. Jaron Canick times the snap, gets the tackle for loss before Jamino, the quarterback, can get rid of the football. It's a loss of 1, back to the 34. Jamino barely had the ball in his hands. 3rd down and 6 for the Crusaders, who are 1 for 3 in the second half on 3rd down. Jamino has gone the way except for one series. Hayes High nearly jumps off sides. The official says they don't. Play clock down to 12. Both teams with the full complement of timeouts. Indians trail 24-0, 10:30 to go in the game. Jamino under center. Handoff right side. Ruda runs into the Indians. Bill Scott, who takes him down for a loss of 1. Bill Scott's 4th tackle for loss this year. The defense holds again. Another 3 and out for the defense in the second half. But the offense has just 2 yards in the second half. May be a special team spark that is needed here. Canick back to return. He'll stand at his own 38-yard line. The punt from Schmitz. The Indians get a good rush, but they can't get there. Canick will return from the 37. Sets up a middle return, 45. He's at the 50, fumbles the football, and Kapaun recovered. If it can go wrong tonight for Hayes High, it has. It is the Indians' 4th turnover of the night. They had, Hayes High on offense had 6 all year, 4 tonight, and they have all, except for 1 touchdown, led to points. And the Crusaders start on their own 43-yard line. Hayes High shows a blitz. Canick will come in between the tackles, and Gavin Hazelhorse wraps up and drops the quarterback, Jamino, for a loss inside of the 40, back to the 39. It's a loss of 4. It is Hazelhorse's 5th tackle for loss tonight, 25th of the year. He is having a monster game. Well, he's having a monster season. He is easily one of the best defensive linemen of the year. The K-State commit is having another outstanding ball game. 2nd and 14, Jamino under center. Hayes High again brings the blitz. Handoff Bates, and he is dropped behind the line of scrimmage. And it is again Gavin Hazelhorst. This time a loss for 2. Gavin Nutting in on it as well. 3rd and 16. In the second half, the Crusaders are 1 for 4 on 3rd down. Make that 1 for 5 on 3rd down. This is 3rd and about 16. Kapaun back from their own 37-yard line. They've been 3 and out on their last 2 offensive possessions, but they've scored 10 points thanks to defense and special teams, and now Kapaun has to take a second timeout.
Timeout, Crusaders.
So Gavin Hazelhorst just is willing his way onto the backfield, and that offensive line is going to have nightmares of 22 running into the backfield after tonight's game, but the Indians trail 24-0, 8:16 to go in the half. Indian football brought to you by Jeter Law Firm and Herman Physical Therapy. And the storyline of this game, the Hayes High Indians have given up 24. That is a season high. However, 2 points have come from a safety. 8 points have come off of a kick return for a touchdown and a 2-point conversion off of a bobbled extra point snap. Hayes High threw an interception that set up Kapaun at the 10. A 5-yard penalty pushed it to the 5. Kapaun scored, and then following that, it was a 32-yard drive for Kapaun after a Hayes High interception. 3rd down and 16. Back to passes, Jamino steps up over the middle, has a man open. It is caught. Hauled in on the far sideline by Ethan Stuhlsatz, his 6th catch of the year, and it is taken in at the Hayes High 32-yard line. From the 32 to the other 32, it is a pass play of 36 yards.
First down at the 32-yard line.
And that may be the play that breaks the Indians' will tonight. We will see. Jamino passing 2 for 2, 66 yards on a couple of just chuck and ducks. And he gets his tall wide receivers. Handoff. No, Jamino's going to keep wrapped up. The first there was Hazelhorst to turn him around, and then 4 Indian maroon jerseys there to finish him off for a tackle for loss back at the 34, loss of 2. Hayes High came in tonight with 61 tackles for loss as a team. They have 11 more tonight, but they trail 24-0 with 7:10 to go in the game. And the snap is fumbled. Jamino picks it up and runs forward inside the 30 to the 29. Even on a fumble by the other team on a snap, the Indians can't catch a break. Indians offense in the second half has been shut down to 2 yards. The Indians do not have a first down in the second half, and right now Hayes High is at 100 yards for the game. This is 3rd and 7 for the Crusaders. Does Jamino go back to the air? He does not. Handoff up the middle to Bates on a draw. He'll get a yard to the 29. And 4th down coming up for the Crusaders. Their kicker, Isaac Schmitz, has not attempted a field goal this year. This would be into the wind if they elect to kick it. There instead looks like they may just run this down and take a timeout. They have not even signaled in the formation to their players yet. There's just now inside 6 minutes to go in the game, and the play clock is down to 9. Kapaun is going to take what I believe is their 3rd and final timeout on what will be 4th and 7. Timeout by the Crusaders.
Timeout, Crusaders.
Well, the storyline of tonight is the Kapaun defense. Their 2 takeaways set up the Kapaun offense at the 10 and at the 32. That was the 2 first-half touchdowns. Following that, the Indian defense has held, but a safety and a kick return for a touchdown have put the Indians in a 24-0 hole, and the offense just has not had really any foothold in this game. This Kapaun defense has been super impressive. 4th quarter, Mays leads Hutch 28-0. Hayes Kalon scoreboard update. Smith Center up on Inman 22-8. Hoxie up on Rollins County 14-8. We'll get more scores as we go along. Kapaun looks like they'll go for it. Jamino in the quarterback position on 4th and 7. He'll drop back to pass. Chucks it for the end zone. Tiger Jones comes back and can't make a diving catch. incomplete. And the Crusaders lose the ball on downs. 5:41 to go in the game. And Hayes High takes over at their own 30-yard line with just 2 yards of offense in the second half and 100 for the game. Indians had a 43-yard run in this second half, called back because of a hold. It's been not much other than that. Handoff, Dreiling around the right end, 35, 40, 45, cut back, taken down by the face mask, and there comes the flag at the 50. He's taken down at the Kapaun 48. The Indians will get extra yardage on this on the face mask penalty. 23-yard run for Dreiling. It's the Indians' biggest run of the second half. It's a 5-yard penalty on Kapaun. It is their third penalty of the game. Indians right back to work. Low snap. Dale keeps on a counter and is rocked at the line of scrimmage. It was a low snap and it threw off the timing of the option play. The Indians play runs from the 37-yard line. I'd have to look, except for the Indians starting or getting to the 15. This is just the fourth time in the Kapaun territory. A play-action pass. Dale has to scramble away from the defense, looking down the field for a comeback route and gets hit late. That's going to be a personal foul, roughing the passer on Nathan Fury, the linebacker. He hit Dale well after the play. Personal foul, roughing the passer on the Crusaders. Nathan Fury hit Dale well after he got rid of the football. So Hayes High will have a first down inside of the 30 at about the 27-yard line. Down 24-0, 4:53 to go in the game. This is the best drive of the half for the Indians. It's the first series they've had a first down in the second half. Shotgun snap. Dale rolling out to his left, looking down the field. It is dropped. Knocked away from behind. Miles Keller, the intended wide receiver.
Pass intended for number 34, Miles Keller, is incomplete. 2nd and 10.
We've been keeping you updated on Graham Mertz, the redshirt freshman. Jordan Schaefer for Hayes Post Video sending this. Graham Mertz, 14 for 14 in the first half, 190 yards and 4 touchdowns. It's a handoff. Dreiling on 2nd and 10. Stiff arm gets him a couple of yards, and by a couple, maybe one, Dreiling hit hard on the sideline, and this Kapaun defense is just relentless. 3rd down and long for the Indians. 3rd and 9 as Hayes High gets to the 27-yard line on the 1-yard run by Dreiling. Hayes High will have 3rd and 9 from the 27. Down 24-0, 4:40 remaining in the game to Kapaun in the final regular season game. Now the snap is fumbled. Dale picks it up, runs forward to the 35, and picks up 2. Well, if it can go wrong tonight for Hayes High, it pretty well has. This is 4-down territory for the Indians. 4th and 7 for Hayes High. 4th down this year, Hayes High 4 for 13. They scored a touchdown on 4th down last week. 4 wide receivers for Dale. Kapaun brings a blitz on a stunt. Dale has time to throw over the middle. Canick with a bobbling catch inside the 10. Hauls it in at the 8. It is a 17-yard pass play for a first down. First completed pass of the second half for the Indians. What a catch by Canick. And the Indians convert on 4th and 7. Hayes High is going to bring in a new wide receiver. For the first time this year, we see Kyries Groen. Unlike the roster, he is not a 6'9 sophomore, more 5'9 sophomore. Diesel package for the Indians. Dale in on the diesel package, gets forward to the 5, and his forward progress is stopped there. They'll mark him at the 4. Gain of 3. With Carson's spray out, the diesel package now has Gavin Myers and Gavin Hazelhorst instead of Carson Spray and Gavin Hazelhorst. Dale out, Dreiling in for the diesel package. 2nd and goal from the 4. Indians trying to erase that goose egg off the scoreboard. Dreiling, right side, touchdown, Hayes High. Their first score of the night comes with 3:04 to go in the game. It's 24-6. The Hayes High Indians will have to go for 2. Carson Kiefer got rolled up on that play. He is hobbling following that play. Dreiling in from 4 yards out, 59 yards rushing on the night, his 7th touchdown rush of the year. And Hayes High has to go for 2, down by a score of 24-6. Indians finally get some offense going. Dreiling out of the diesel package. Hazelhorst and Myers in front of him. Takes the snap, rolls out to the left, looking to throw, and it's not there. Well played by Kapaun. The Indians do not convert the 2-point conversion.
2-point conversion is no good.
Hayes High will wait to see who they play in Week 9. The Indians with a loss and with 3:04 to go down 18. That looks probable. Would drop to 5-2. The current 9 seed is Wichita Heights. They are playing Wichita Southeast. They are 3-2. So by win percentage, the Indians will remain at least the 8 seed. Bishop Carroll taking on St. Thomas Aquinas tonight. And Bishop Carroll had the lead early and at halftime. That game got an early start because of the travel time for Aquinas. And Bishop Carroll beats Miege and Aquinas in back-to-back weeks. They went 35-14. We'll have to do some numbers, but Carroll will be 6-2, so they'll jump Hayes High in the standings. Mays, South, and Derby going at it tonight. Even if Mays South loses, they would jump, well, not necessarily. It would be a win percentage thing. Derby is up on Mays South 48-3. Onside kick by the Indians, and Canick touches it, and he touched it early. The Indians recover. I don't know if the officials saw it. And yeah, it'll be Kapaun football. Indians touched it before it got the 10 yards. The officials haven't thrown the flag yet, but should be illegal touching. Kapaun will have the ball at the Hayes High 48-yard line. Good effort by the Indians, but not going to work on tonight. So a couple of other, we'll be keeping an eye. So May South will lose tonight. They will be 4-3. So Hayes High at worst right now would drop to the 7. Handoff right side, Cale Curtis inside the 45 down to the 44-yard line. It's a gain of 4. The 7 seed going into tonight would take over Andover, who is in a knockdown drag-out with Goddard. Andover 4-3. They have played a tough schedule this year. Their marquee win, they took on a late game against Hutchinson and beat them. It's the Salthawks' only loss this year. The Salthawks were in a big game tonight with Mays. That was a tight one as well. Lots of scores to get to in the postgame show, but this game's going to get over much earlier than the rest. Toss right side, Cale Curtis near a first down, and he'll dive ahead for the first down at the 36-yard line. That'll be a gain of 8. And the Crusader offense at the 36, just looking to kill the clock with 2 minutes to go. Hayes High is going to lose back-to-back games to close out week 7 and 8. They'll have to wait a while this evening to see who they will end up playing. Lots to be determined. The number 1 and 4 seed were going at it, Mays and Hutch. The 3 and 10 seed, Goddard and Andover playing tonight. 5 and 6, Cape and Hayes. The 11-12 Valley Center, Eisenhower going at it. And then the 14 and 15 seed Salina South, Salina Central playing tonight. A 1-yard gain for Jamino. Makes it 2nd down and 9 as he plunges forward. And Kapaun is going to come to Hayes. And they are going to move to 6-1. And now they wait to see where their future lies. If they get a Hutchinson or Goddard loss, they would move ahead to a top 4 seed in the west half of 5A, and that top 4 seed means you're getting multiple home games in the playoffs if you continue to win. Minute to go, handoff, Cale Curtis runs by the first defender, taken down inside the 35, at the 33-yard line, a gain of 3. 3rd down, and Kapaun will need to run one more play. Hayes High does have timeouts left if they so wish. Monster game for Gavin Hazelhorst tonight, unofficially 5 tackles for loss. Kapaun will go to the victory formation. They will take a knee. Hayes High will not take the timeout, and that will be the final. 24-6. The Hayes High Indian offense stymied tonight by the Kapaun Crusader defense. The Indian defense backed up because of turnovers on a couple of occasions, get pushed back into their own territory, give up 14 first-half points. In the second half, the points by Kapaun scored on a safety and a kickoff return for a touchdown. Hayes High falls to 5-2. Kapaun improves to 6-1. And now everybody waits to see who they will play in Week 9 as we head into the playoff 7 days from now. For the Hayes High Sports Network, powered by Herman Physical Therapy, I'm Dustin Armbruster.